Texas, as it's a regional semifinal girls game between, at the Class 6 level, Harlingen South and Austin Westlake. The Chaparrals and the Lady Hawks are set to find out who will advance to the finals tomorrow on this same field. They've been out taking warm-ups. It was a scheduled 12 o'clock start. They got a little late start in this action, but they were both allotted the 20-minute warm-up time to get things set, and the crowd is filing in. It's a big crowd on hand. Next to me is the guy that's been calling most of our soccer games throughout the season, Eric Medrano. It does get bigger than this, but it takes a week or two, and it takes some wins from here on. But this is a big game.
Yeah, it's a big occasion here at the Brownsville Sports Park. It's a regional tournament, so the regional semifinal here today. And as you said, these two teams have earned the right to be in this tournament. It's Austin Westlake and Harlingen South. And, getting to cover Harlingen South throughout the season, they got some strong forwards in the Granham sisters, so we'll see how that plays out going on.
Again, Bert Ruiz is down on the camera. We've got him outside. We're upside in the press box and the air conditioner. We thank the Brownsville School District and the Brownsville Sports Park for assisting us in a place to broadcast this game from. We also thank the school districts who agreed to allow us to broadcast the game. And as we are getting set here, the sunshine pops out. It's a beautiful day for soccer, Eric. I was under the canopy running some cable earlier, and indeed it wasn't that bad. It can get real hot here, but I don't think the heat's really going to be a factor in this ballgame.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it's a bit humid, but not too much. It was a nice cloudy afternoon today, so I don't think it'll affect the players too much.
Right there, fans, I can tell you as I watched that break up there as the Harlingen South girls broke from their huddle and headed over to the sideline for the announcing of the players' introductions. The camera, you could see it shaking there. Bert is in the stands, and when people start jumping up and down in these stands, and they will, you're going to see our camera shake. It's not Bert. It's not the camera. It's just the location of the camera, and that is located in the bleachers as we are in the Brownsville Sports Park with the best vantage point that we could find. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll get you set for the opening kickoff. It's the Chaparrals out of Austin Westlake taking on Harlingen South, the Lady Hawks, and this is Rio Sports Live.
Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's health care is done.
Don't pass up the savings at Mikasa Furniture. Score big at Mikasa Furniture.
7533 Boca Chica Boulevard, Brownsville.
Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. Back here as the referees walk the two teams out on the field. Erica, your expectations in this game, we saw in the first game today a 3-0 victory, and Juarez Lincoln was hit literally between the eyes. Lake Travis came out, scored 3 goals in less than 20 minutes. Can we expect that kind of attack here out of these two teams, or is this going to be more methodical, looking for that 1 goal and get it done?
Yeah, Joe, I would expect this game to be, as you said, more methodical. For Harlingen South, getting to see them throughout the season, they play well defensively, and they're quick on the attack to the transition with the counterattack. So, and then, for Austin Westlake, they're 20-1 for a reason. Only 1 loss in the season, so that tells you they have a good defense. So we're going to have to see how that plays out.
The Harlingen South Lady Hawks in the white uniforms will be the visitors on the scoreboard, and the Austin Westlake Chaparrals will be the home team wearing the blue uniforms with the white trim. They're having the introductions. We'll take one last break because, again, during soccer, you just don't get that many breaks. We want to thank the Rotary Club out of Harlingen for assisting us in broadcasting soccer playoffs. Were it not for the Rotary Club out of Harlingen stepping up, we would be answering messages on why we're not covering games. I want to tell you right now, we've got 3 games funded over the next 2 days. And that means we've got this one going on, and then I'm making a judgment call here that we're going to cover most likely 2 championship games tomorrow, whether it be here, whether it be in Corpus, or whether Progresso makes it to the championship game over in McAllen. But one way or another, we'll have 2 games tomorrow. At least that's the schedule. And Erica, again, you can mix and match this all you want, but our thanks to the Rotary Club for getting it done, and at least we're here to do a game.
Yeah, definitely. Big thanks to the Rotary Club for allowing us to broadcast these games. And as you said, tomorrow's going to be up in the air as some of these teams will be advancing. So it'll be an exciting time here in these regional tournaments. I
want to give a shout out to the Harlingen School District. I know Shane Strubart was messaging me left and right throughout the morning. And there is indeed, they're at work today. And they're also at school, meaning that we do have students and teachers and administration that's all interested in watching this game that couldn't make the trip here, and that's what we're all about when we broadcast our games. Also, for the Austin fans that couldn't make the trip, we also are pleased to bring you this. One thing about our coverage here on Rio Sports Live is that's the design. Regardless of which team you're rooting for, the broadcast is going to be slanted, well, towards you. Meaning that if you're watching and you're rooting for your team, then it'll appear as we are too. We're not going to be biased. We're not going to give one more credit than the other. A good play is a good play. A good game's a good game. And I expect a great one here between these 2 teams. Harlingen South and Austin Westlake. We'll be right back after this.
Before you have time to worry, we'll get you taken care of fast and easy. Now you can get back to your day with a healthy smile.
How to add the VTX1 app to your Roku device. All your favorite shows from VTX1 Channel 1 and exciting games broadcast on Rio Sports Live can be added onto your Roku device by following these simple steps. Step 1. Scroll down to search and push OK on the remote control. Step 2. Type in VTX1 by using the arrow keys to move the cursor around the keyboard and pushing OK to enter the letters. When you're done, choose the VTX1 option on the right-hand side of the screen. Then push OK. Step 3. Choose the Add Channel option on the right-hand side of the screen and wait for the application to load. Congratulations! You have now successfully added the VTX1 app to your channel lineup. It can be found on the main screen under Home at the bottom of the list. For more information, visit the VTX1 website at vtx1.net/OTT.
Back here at the Brownsville Sports Park as they continue with the introduction of the 2 players. And again, Austin Westlake will take on Harlingen South, the Lady Hawks. I'll be doing the play-by-play, but fans that are accustomed to hearing me call games, you'll hear a lot less of me today as a result of Eric Medrano, who knows the game of soccer much more than yours truly. He played it and loves it, lives it a lot more. So, Eric, again, as you take a look at the introduction of the teams, in soccer, more so than any other sport, it's very difficult just to look at the 2 teams as they're warming up, as they're being introduced, and say, there's an advantage there. You really can't tell till they get on the field.
Yeah, at any level, as you said. And well, first of all, Joe, I'm very delighted to be here joining you today for this Brownsville Regional Tournament and the state UIL playoffs. But yeah, as you said, on paper, these 2 teams match up evenly. But in the sport of soccer, at every level, whether you're talking about professional or high school or collegiate level, on paper it doesn't really play out. It's going to be played out on the field.
Playing in the national anthem coming up, we'll take a break. This is what you'll be seeing when I take commercials breaks, so you'll never miss the action unless we're at halftime. At Port Isabel Health Clinic, they care for you like family. Services include pediatrics, geriatric care, and family practice, school sports physicals, daycare physicals, orthopedic care, wellness exams for men and women. Dr. William Torkelson and his staff are here to serve you. Office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Your health is their priority at the Port Isabel Health Clinic. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Back here on Rio Sports Live as they have sent the two teams back over the sidelines. We'll be entering the pitch here momentarily. Bert Ruiz on the camera, Eric Medrano to my left side. I'm Joe Bowling with you. And again, settle back and enjoy 40 minutes of play here in the first half. We'll do it again for the second half, and the winner will take on Lake Travis tomorrow. Well, Westlake's familiar with Lake Travis, Eric Medrano, and I said it off the air. We'll talk about it now. Westlake has lost once.
And it was to the Lake Travis Lady Cavaliers.
And so it was a 1-0 ball game.
Yeah.
And so that right there tells you again that this team is capable of playing at a high level. Lake Travis, of course, beat Juarez Lincoln earlier. We want to congratulate the Lady Huskies on a terrific season at the soccer level. And now it's down to one remaining Class 6 team in the Rio Grande Valley area. Harlingen South representing the Valley. But if you're going to do it, 22-3 on the season, Eric, they have not been a pushover on any given day. And I don't think that they'll sit back and wait in this ball game either.
Yeah, no, it's not likely. They're going to go toe-to-toe. And as you said earlier, it's going to be methodical, I feel, in this game, as South has a very good defense. And, for the Austin team, it's the same thing defensively. I mean, they've only lost one game, and as you said, it was to Lake Travis.
Talk about another thing here on this pitch at the Brownsville Sports Park. Eric, you've been here for a lot of games, so have I. The wind can be a major factor in games played on this pitch. Today, not the case, at least at the start. It is coming, but it's coming across the field. I don't think there's an advantage wind either side.
Yeah, it's it's usually going from right to left on your screen, coming from the scoreboard side. So today it's coming this way towards the stand. So a nice little breeze, but nothing too strong.
And I don't think it'll be an advantage either side. So speed will be speed, and if you're used to the slow passing and the short passing game, then obviously it's right into your mix as well. Harlingen South will be in the white uniforms with the orange trim. In the blue uniforms is Westlake, the Chaparrals, with the white lettering. And the Lady Hawks will touch the ball to start this game, and they'll be going from right to left as you view it here on the screen. And away we go. Lady Hawks will have the ball in the backfield area, and they'll take a look at a push forward on defense right out of the gate, and it pays dividends as the Chaparrals have the ball to the middle of the field. Nice defense play by the Lady Hawks, and back they come down the left-hand side. Sliding tackle there, and the ball drifts to the sideline. It's going to be out of bounds. Early indications, Eric, can you tell anything yet what's happening out there?
Yeah, both teams just getting a feel for one another. And, of course, right there was a quick transition for the Lady Chaps, but South did a good job of recovering. And it was a good job by the forward, Granum, just coming back and playing some defense there.
Chaparrals will get back now defensively as the ball will be on their side of the midfield area. And a throw in by the Lady Hawks is defended and headed back out of bounds, so we'll do it again. Clock is running. You'll see that on your screen at the top left-hand side. Those watching on social media, I invite you to get to a big screen and watch this. We designed this more for the Roku television when we broadcast our games on the big screens. And when you're out at some of the wing places that are broadcasting our games and some of the venues and restaurants, it's truly neat to watch these athletes in play. Chaparrals will kick the ball near the midfield area, and we'll see just how it's contested right now by the Lady Hawks. Push forward on the left-hand side. Racing over there is going to be Ryan Ditlow, a senior. Gets through a couple of defenders, now has it near the 10-yard mark, and is brought back out by the Lady Hawks. Chaparrals continue to push the ball down into the corner, deep on the right side, and that's going to roll finally out of bounds. Harlingen South will have to defend it deep in their territory. Ball out, taken away by the Chaparrals out of Austin Westlake. Taken right back away by the Lady Hawks, and they'll get it to the midfield area, at least midfield on the back defensive side of the field. Now it's taken away, and an opportunity just missed by Westlake right there, Eric.
Yeah, and it's a good job of the team captain, Torres, just holding the ball there. And, you know, it seemed like she was in a bit of a trouble there, but in the end it's a foul from the Lady Chaps, and it's a relief to this South defense here.
Corina Renninger will put this ball into play for the Lady Hawks. Gets that out across the midfield area. And now they'll try the ball down the right-hand side, looking for a speed push on the right side. Nothing there as the Chaparrals are there defensively. Still strong move to hang on to the ball. Good dribbling now by the Lady Hawks. Can they center this pass? Nothing doing.
And boy, Joe, what an effort there by Granum to get to the outside with a nice nifty move to the to get past the left back there, and then whipping in across, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to be a relief here for the back line of the Lady Chaps.
Mallory Granum listed as a senior for the Lady Hawks. That time showed, again, you're defended well out there, Eric, and it's literally one-on-one isolation with the ball, and she held her own. Chaparrals with the ball in the backfield area. Alex Billis, that is, tried to pass it off, looking for Addie Hackney. It's taken away by the Lady Hawks as that's Sarah Grace Garza. Ball goes out of bounds. They'll say that Harlingen South touches that last.
Yeah, right there we got a chance to see Sarah Grace Garza get on possession there, and throughout the season getting to see her, she's a good improvement there on the left-hand side for the South Lady Hawks, and she creates lots of opportunities on the left-hand side for South.
Ball skips down the right sideline. It goes out of bounds. That'll be touched last by the Lady Hawks as Bianca Martinez got a foot on that. And so the Austin Westlake Lady Chaparrals will throw it in. On the offensive end, Alex Biles throws the ball. It's headed to the corner, and out of bounds it goes again. And the Lady Hawks defensively are moving the ball downfield. Chaparral's getting in better position, though, to make a play. Biles will throw it in with a high throw. Staying on the right side, defended by the Lady Hawks. They can't clear the ball just yet. It's headed towards the goal, and still free out near the goal area. Finally brought back out across the outer box. Chaparral still trying to attack. Lady Hawks trying to get the ball out of their defensive end. Now a little space for Addie Hackney to work. It's defended and out of bounds it goes. Pressure right now, though, by the Chaparrals.
Yeah, you can see the pressure offensively from the Lady Chaps, and for the South Lady Hawks, they got to clear that more cleanly from their back line to relieve the pressure from the back line and the goalkeeper. But right there, you know, the Lady Chaps continue on the pressure here, and now they've earned themselves a corner kick.
First corner kick of the game. If you're joining us, Lake Travis earlier defeated Juarez Lincoln 3-0. They scored 3 goals in the span of about 20 minutes. And now Westlake with an opportunity here to put something on goal as Addie Hackney will trigger the corner kick. Stays low with the kick. It bounces through the defense, headed back out, but the Chaparrals will have another opportunity. That's put up near the goal face. They can't head that forward, and it goes out of bounds. Harlingen South will have it.
Yeah, and so it's a good job there defensively in the end. But it was Friedel nearly getting to the end of that one for the Lady Chaps. And right there, Hackney had 2 opportunities to whip it into the box, and that one just sailed wide past the goalpost.
So you could see the signs of good teams, and that is when they recognize the scoring chances there, they don't back away. The Chaparrals were there, an opportunity to score, and they went right after the play. They'll call time on the field. One of the players shaken up a bit as they collide with one another, and we'll take a quick break. Again, we'll keep the camera on the action that's going on in the field. You won't miss any of that. But again, thank our sponsors for being able to help us broadcast this game.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
To the captain is, oh, no, right.
Back here as the ball goes in play, we're looking to try to get the captains, and Eric's still trying to get the starting lineups down on the field. Chaparral's had the ball out of the timeout. One of their players was shaken up just a bit, but she appears to be okay and will probably return to the game very soon. Whistle blows, and now an opportunity will exist for the Chaparrals. It's not a corner kick, Eric, but you can be a dangerous player from right here where they're going to put this ball in play.
Yeah, the spot kick's going to be a very dangerous opportunity here for the Lady Chaps, and for South, they're going to have to make sure on their man marking they're spot on, because for the Lady Chaps earlier on, they had a good opportunity, so don't give up any second chances here.
Vivian Riley puts it into play. Into the mix, it's cleared out by the Lady Hawks nicely this time. They'll push it to the far side of the field, and now trying to free up is Kearney. She shows again, that's Grenham. And Grenham, again, out-racing two defenders, managed to get it down in the Chaparral side of things. And, wow, did she show some speed and some strength on that play.
Yeah, definitely. And there you can see the counterattack, and it's just Grenham all the way, challenging three defenders there of the Lady Chaps. So the Lady Chaps are going to have to deal with her there on the left side as this game continues on.
Ball goes out of bounds on that one off the back row, and so it will be Chaparral ball. Grenham exerting that much energy. All right, it showed right there. She got the ball 25 yards, maybe 30 yards downfield in intense defense pressure. And then that time she just cleared the ball. She was breathing heavily right there, Eric. It could be a long game, and and as she comes out of the game, right now they're trying to make sure she has energy later.
Yeah, they want to keep her legs fresh as the game continues on, because she has that burst of speed that really unbalances that back four. And so now it's going to be her sister coming in who has the same type of speed and the same ability that Mallory has. So she's going to go ahead and bring the same problems for that back four.
Junior Caroline Grenham checks into the game, replacing her sister. Ball out of bounds on the near side of the field, but it will be Lake Travis ball. We've nearly played 8 minutes here in this game. No shots on goal just yet. We've had one corner kick in the game. And, again, we're at the Brownsville Sports Park in Brownsville, Texas. I'm Joe Bowling, Eric Medrano joining me here up top, and Bert Ruiz on the camera. Lady Chaparrals, again, trying to generate something on the offensive end, but it's cleared nicely by the defense of Harlingen South. And now a big groan from the crowd on that play, Eric.
Yeah, the crowd just enjoying the atmosphere there as the ball hit one of the photographers there.
Ball back in play, and the Lady Hawks will get it to Grenham. Grenham in the middle of the field, and look at the defense. 5 players converge there on Grenham as she tried to get that ball near the midfield area. She passed it backwards, now the ball up forward, and Grenham showing some speed. Got past the defense, has a shot on goal. It's kicked away by the defense. The goalie was out of the crease. That's a missed chance.
Boy, Joe, what an opportunity there, a golden opportunity there for the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and it's Caroline Grenham with the engine there, just nonstop and good hustle to try to get to the end of that one. Goalkeeper unable to get a hand on that. That was Gabby Marcus, and but what a save in the end, a goal line save there from the defender for the Lady Chaps. It was number 18. That's Allison Chung.
And that was not... Repeat, that was not the goalie that made that save. The goalie was 10 yards beyond that as the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South have the first true shot on goal here in this ballgame. And that was as a result of the speed of Grenham. Ball back in play. Chaparral's with the ball. And that one's deflected out of bounds.
You know, Joe, and that's what the Grenham sisters bring for this Harlingen South team. It's that hustle, the engine that they just keep going and creating those second opportunities. And right there, Caroline Grenham did a good job after turning over the ball, pushing all the way forward and really catching that back line off guard.
Don't kid yourself. There is a big crowd here on hand. They're down there. And if you get the energy behind you from this crowd, that could bring some added assistance on the pitch. Fielded there by the goalie. That's Reed Davis for the Lady Hawks. She'll clear that out back out in the middle of the field, but the Chaparrals will retain possession on the offensive end. Working from the right side. They'll try to space it right now and move this defense around, and then they'll try to center something from this side.
Yeah, and if you take a look at this game so far, it's Harlingen South Coast creating opportunities with the counterattack, and for the Lady Chaps.
Good center there, and sliding out to make the save is Reed Davis. And had she not been that aggressive, Eric, that's a goal.
Yeah, definitely, and that's the second time Reed Davis has to come out there. And in the vicinity, once again, was Anika Friedel, the freshman forward for the Lady Chaps. And so good effort there from Reed Davis for South.
Just had some fans asking what the score is. Well, our scoreboard is up and running. It's scoreless. We're in the first half. And as long as I don't bump the camera, we're good. We got the camera isolated right on the scoreboard, so as the score happens, you'll see it play out. Ball out near the goalie again. Grenham just a step behind that as goalie Gabby Marcus comes out to get that for Austin Westlake. Chaparrals can't clear it, though. The Lady Hawks set it up on the offensive end, and with a couple of good passes, they'll have it on the far side of the field. Olivia Olivares tries to center that, nothing doing. Defense is there to not get it out of bounds, Eric, but get in the passing lane and now take the ball back.
Yeah, for South, it was good, keeping possession there and creating an opportunity on the outside for Olivares. She couldn't wrap her foot around it in the end to get that cross, trying to find the Caroline Granum there or Elise Garza, the two forwards for Harlingen South.
Ball will be put into play by the Chaparrals. Cubs are winning, Edgar Cordone says on Facebook. Well, good for them. They lost a lot of games out of the gate, and I was as happy as you are for them winning right now. He always gets to me, those Cub fans. They know I'm a Cardinal fan. Now, good luck to the Cubs. I hope they take second place. Harlingen South with the ball. Taken away, here come the Chaparrals of Austin Westlake. Alex Bilas shows some good dribbling skills there. Nice pass further ahead to Ali Huang. Huang tries to center, that does, but it goes right through the defense. No one there in the middle of the field.
And I'll tell you what, Joe, Ali Huang just drove in a nice cross there, but it was almost too pretty there trying to find her teammate and just sailed past the forward that she was intended to.
So right there, you see the difference. A centering pass like that to one of the Granum girls, they may have the speed to get there. But we don't see that speed just yet. It may be there, but we didn't see it on that play from Westlake.
Yeah, that's what we've seen so far for the Lady Chaps. They've got some crosses in, just no one in the end of it to finish it so far. But for the Lady Chaps, they've been doing a good job so far of building from the back, and you can tell quickly that they enjoy possession. They like to build slowly and then just get into attacking position in the final third. And for South, it's just defending and then counterattacking with the two speedsters up front for them.
Now South has Mallory and Caroline Granum in the game at the same time. We started with one, substituted the other, now both on the field. And so the Harlingen Lady Hawks, can they get something going here on the offensive end? They know if they can push the ball past the first line of defense, they do have speed in the backfield. Chaparral's counter by having four players back defensively, more so in just a wait-and-see kind of mode, but we're not going to get beat on anything quick downfield. Chaparral's take it away. But again, because of the lack of numbers, there was nothing really there to set up an offensive attack. Now a tackle near the 30-yard line out there, and that results in an infraction that allows the Lady Hawks to take back the ball.
Yeah, and right there you got to see Corianne Reiniger coming up when she was needed, the center back, coming out of position, but getting the ball back for her team and then being fouled in the process. So now they're going to go ahead and get an opportunity here to push it down the field.
They'll look to find Grenham. It's a little too far out of her reach. Chaparrals will space the ball defensively. This is the back row of defense, though. They want to get rid of the ball before Grenham can get in position to try to take that away. Addie Hackney with a nice pass. Gets that to Annika Friedel. And now a good pass on the left-hand side as they'll try to set something up there. Racing over there is Ryan Ditto. Got past the defender, looks to center, does, out in front of the goal, and it's defended nicely by the Lady Hawks, and a diving play made by the goalie to prevent the goal.
Yeah, great effort there from Reed Davis cleaning up the mess there. And it was a nice block there in the end from the central defensive midfielder. That was Jackie Guillen for Harlingen South. But, boy, the Lady Chaps showing their intent here in the first half. Another great cross and finding the end of it for them, just not able to get it in the back of the net.
Lady Hawks of Harlingen South back on the attack. Get it to Granum up ahead of the goalie. Got past her. They couldn't get the shot away as it was a near opportunity right there for the Lady Hawks.
And it's one of the Granum sisters once again putting lots of pressure there, but the goalkeeper coming up on a timely effort there. Gabby Marcus, brave effort there to just get a foot on that one.
Chaparral's quickly right back at you on the offensive end. There's a shot that sails over the goal. That went from defense to offense in the split second for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, back-to-back action here in Bronzeville. And I'll tell you what, right there was Addie Hackney taking a shot from distance, and she said, why not? She's been having a great outing here so far defensively and doing a good job of building from the back.
Substitution will check into the game as exiting for the Lady Chaparrals will be Annika Friedel. And so entering the ball game, we'll try to get a name out there on the new player that checked in. It looks like it's Sophia Hopkins, number 22, for the Lady Chaparrals. Harlingen South ball. Grenham has it. Caroline looked for a pass, did. Got it over in the direction of Mellery. Now they get it back to Caroline. Nice defense there. Big collision occurs, and both players shaken up in a hurry, Eric.
Yeah, it's always difficult when there's a ball, a 50-50 ball up in the air, but both players going strongly for it. And it seems like the South players on the ground right now need some attention here.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll still keep the camera on the pitch. You'll know when the play resumes. Edgar Cordone asked about the senior all-star games. Yes, we'll be at PSJA North on Sunday broadcasting 4 games. It's just a part of what we're doing. Today we're here. Tonight we're in Port Isabel doing softball. Tomorrow we're doing soccer again. Tomorrow night we're doing the Dorados. And yes, 4 games on Sunday. We'll be back.
Big game. Then when in Harlingen, stop in at the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli and treat yourself to some amazing things. Ice creams, shakes, sundaes, banana splits, and that's just a sample. If you can dream it, they can make it at the Scoop in Harlingen. From the deli comes a variety of sandwiches that is sure to bring you back for more. Hamburgers and hot dogs served every day. Open Tuesday through Saturday, 11 to 7, Sundays from 12 to 6 on F Street in Harlingen. It's the Scoop Ice Cream Parlor and Deli. Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito was right there for you when it comes to supporting your teams, schools, and organizations. A veteran-owned business dedicated to helping out regardless of the team or season. Let Chewy's design your hats or shirts with state-of-the-art embroidery. Let Chewy's design and print your shirts for the next big game. How about custom engraved top-of-the-line mugs, buttons, banners? Call Chewy's Custom Sports today.
We are back here as we resume play. We're nearing the midway point of the first half of play. Each team has had relatively equal chances in scoring here. Scoreless ball game, but again, Eric, I don't see any advantage either way. Both teams have had a chance to score. I think both teams capable of scoring against the other here.
Yeah, so far here in the first half, a very even matchup. Both teams with great opportunities on each other's end. For the Lady Chaps, it was a shot on goal, and then it was blocked by one of the defenders, and Jackie Guillen. And the same thing on the other end for Harlingen South earlier in the game. It was Granham getting a shot on target, and it was a huge save, a goal line save by Olympia Walker. And both times it was a defender coming up. So that's how close it's been so far to breaking the deadlock.
Another chance here with the second corner of the game for the Lady Chaparrals as Alex Biles, the freshman, will put this ball into play for Austin Westlake. Kicking it into the wind, keeps it low line drive. The goalie touches that, and the ball's still loose, but the defense is able to clear it out. But now Austin Westlake has a chance, taken away by Brenham. Granham passes it over. On the left-hand side, Lady Hawks trying to at least get it to the midfield area. Nice dribbling this time by Sarah Grace Garza. Taken away, though, and here come the Lady Chaparrals. This is Ali Huang, and she's knocked to the ground on the right side. Will that be a throw-in, Eric, or a free kick from right there?
That's going to be a free kick there for Ali Wang and the Lady Chaps there. And, just getting there a bit too late was the defender, Bianca Martinez, for South. And kind of credit to what Wang was doing there and her dribbling and just getting past her there. And now Lady Chaps will have another opportunity here, Joe, as they get to whip across in here.
I know that the corner kick is dangerous, but I always like this angle. You can see more of the field. Biles puts it into play, passed it off, gets it back. And now on the attack on the deep line as Hackney tries for a centering pass. That's defended by the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South. And a throw-in will be coming up.
I'll tell you what, Joe, Addie Hackney's having a good outing here in the first half, creating lots of opportunities for her team, not only playing defense earlier in this half, and then right now going offensively, dribbling past one.
Chaparrals trying to get something generated here. Ball kept alive, but Again, the defense, there's 4 players back there that just will not give up any room for the Lady Hawks. It was congested, and oftentimes you may have opportunities easier with less congestion, but everyone right there in front of the goal. Now here's a clear opportunity here from the right side, and that's defended nicely. Ball goes out of bounds, a corner kick coming up.
Yeah, great effort there from the South Central defensive midfielder. That's Jackie Guillen, once again tracking back, and as Huang found herself open with some space there, and she had one of her players there in the middle of the box, right by the penalty area. So it was a good effort there from Guillen to just get her body in the way.
Addie Hackney will put this ball into play. Does so. Bounces once time this time. That's much easier to defend for the Lady Hawks. Still haven't cleared it out of this zone. It's been here for a while. Nearly 3 minutes on this possession. Lady Hawks now get it to Alice Garza. Garza has to pass it back, but right there is Maddie Dawson to take it away for the Chaparrals. They'll retain possession. Trying to get it through the defense of the Lady Hawks. Now the Lady Hawks will get it to the right sideline, have some spacing here. Work the ball forward all the way down to the goal area and easily secured by Gabby Marcus.
Yeah, it was a good idea there from Olivia Olivares. Taking it early, just not able to get it where she wanted into the vicinity of Mallory Granum. And so it's a good effort from the goalkeeper in the end. Marcus cleaning up cleanly in the end.
Lady Chaparrals with the ball on the offensive end. We're past the midway point of the first half. Looking beyond this pitch, you can see a beautiful facility here at the Brownsville Sports Park, and they're already starting to get warmed up for the first boys semifinal game. I'll talk about that a little bit later on. I was going to get grief. I don't care what games I pick to do. When you're only going to get to do 3, there's going to be something left out. I'm going to get grief even as we leave here today, Eric. But we just got to help the right teams win, and we'll be back tomorrow for additional coverage. I also always am hoping that the advertising kicks in that helps us cover the fees for these broadcast games. And that's what the tough part about this playoff stuff is covering the fees. Chaparrals now on the attack. Have numbers as they push the ball to the middle of the field. And now get a shot, and it's right on goal and secured there.
Yeah, and what an effort there from the Lady Chaps. Great build-up play, and then finding the ball into the middle. And it was, I'll tell you what, Ryan Ditto pardon on the left-hand side, splitting 2 defenders, then finding Ali Wang in the top of the box, and Wang gets a nice shot on target, but Reed Davis cleans it up in the end.
Grenham got past 2 defenders, gets it on the left side to Garza. Garza gets a weak shot towards the goal, and it stays left side.
Yeah, and it was the pressure from the Lady Chaps back 4 that got her in the end. She felt she had to shoot that ball early on into the near post. It was a good idea, just not able to get the power she wanted on that one.
Grenham got past 1 defender near that 40-yard mark, and I use the football yards because it's much easier for me to identify spots on the field. Not that I think we're playing football, I know. But once she got past that, there were 5 defenders right there in that place. And on the other side, the Lady Hawks, when the Chaparrals crossed that 40, there were 3 defenders back. So the push forward is by the Lady Hawks right now, looking to try to generate something on the offensive end. Ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, Joe, and it's definitely like you said, when South gets the ball, they want to push forward. They want to push the numbers forward and put the pressure on the Lady Chaps. And for the Lady Chaps, it's different. They want to keep possession, build from the back methodically, and then create opportunities in the final third.
Lady Hawks, there's a lot of contact there. Any contact will result in groans from the fans. I talked about there during a softball game the other day that any pitch, the umpire is going to get groaned at by somebody. But these officials, especially as this game continues to push forward, right now we're scoreless, and that means that, again, you're one play from having the play that can make your season even more magical than what it is right now. There's a good team that's not going to advance between these two here. 22-3 for the Lady Hawks, 20-1 for the Lady Chaparrals on the season. Lady Hawks will have a throw in here. They'll substitute as well before that.
And Joe, you mentioned the groans from the crowd, but boy, the energy from this crowd it's immense for these two teams, and for these girls on the field, it's got to really uplift them, and this game continues to go.
Lady Hawks get the ball in, and it's defended out of bounds, and that'll be touched last. They'll say Caroline Granham touched that, and out of bounds it goes. So the Chaparrals will have it just inside the 16-minute mark here of the first half. If you're just joining us, we've got this semifinal game covered here from the Brownsville Sports Park. And then we will be looking for 2 additional games that we'll cover tomorrow if teams make it on into the championship games, which we fully expect will have teams still alive from this area in the championship games. Lady Hawks with the ball. Cleared it back across onto the offensive end. Granum now races past the defender. Caroline Granum just flew past that defender when the ball goes out of bounds. Had she got there, they had a centering chance.
Yeah, and anytime you're a defender and you got one of the attackers on your backs, and creates lots of problems for you. And right there, Caroline Granum just coming up on with the ball in the end, but just taking a heavy touch, and it just goes out of bounds, not able to get there even with the speed that she has.
Austin Westlake Chaparrals were going to throw the ball in, but from the far side of the field, a substitution enters, and that's Katie Kearney returning to the game. I believe it's, or is that number 5? Casey Hendricks checks in. Chaparrals will pass it forward. Lady Hawks are right there, and you can see they just continue to try to push the ball and keep pressure on this Chaparral defense. Throw in coming up from the far side for the Lady Hawks.
Yeah, and right there, this time the left back, Danny Cantor, just clearing the ball, having Mallory Granum on her back. She decided not to have any problems there, and it was a smart thing to do. Now they just got to clear this, and
they clear it, but it goes further downfield, and this is resembling what the Chaparral's first corner kick came from, in that the ball just keeps going down 3, 4, 5 yards at a time, and then the next one, it's cleared, and there's a corner coming up. Chaparrals, though, watches this one, comes to the near side of the field. They will not keep it in play, so a throw-in coming for the Lady Hawks, and the pressure continues. Fast throw-in. They'll get it into Grenham. This is Caroline Grenham from that left corner. Looks past one defender, the second defender there. Ball stays in play, and Grenham continues again to work the ball. And it does go out of bounds, touched ever so gently by Grenham out of bounds.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, it was a good defensive effort there from Olympia Walker for the Lady Chaps, just holding her ground and not being too aggressive and allowing Granum to get past her. But in the end, it's off the foot of the Caroline Granum. So now it's going to be a goal kick here for the Lady Chaps, and they're going to want to go ahead and try to hold possession here, as it seems like the South team has had possession in the final third and really creating lots of problems, gaining momentum as this game continues to go.
Last time down, they had possession for over 3 minutes inside the offensive end. Now the Lady Hawks have had the ball across this side of the midfield area for the past 4. Chaparral's back with the ball now, and they'll go on the attack using the far side of the field, but that pass right in the line of Stephanie Torres. She clears it. Now the Lady Hawks have an opportunity here from the right side once again. Good defense played by the Chaparrals. They'll take it away. Chaps back defensively.
Yeah, great effort there from the left back. Just keeping her composure and not panic there, and then taking the ball away from Elise Garza there. Nice ball there from Stephanie Torres to find her teammate in Garza, but Garza unable to get past the left back for the Lady Chaps.
Ball still back and forth now as each team exchanges possession. And the Lady Chaparrals will now throw it in on the near side of the field coming forward. Thank everyone watching the games on social media, those watching on Facebook. Be sure you share the link. That helps the fans out there that aren't aware of the games going on. Also follow our page to help the numbers grow for the advertisers to get more interest in what we're doing. Of course, if you're on our YouTube channel, we encourage that as well. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can see when the next game is coming. But I'm telling you, we've got our YouTube channel going on Roku, which means we've got a 24-hour stream going 7 days a week of sports that we've been covering, and live sports are also interjected in that. Studio shows, as you saw yesterday. And so if you have a Roku television, just subscribe there. It's free. That's one thing we keep pounding away, is that we are going to do these services for free. I've never charged for a broadcast, don't want to charge for a broadcast, and the advertisers will believe, I believe, what's happening here. Landon Jennings watching from work. Several people watching from work today, Eric Madrano.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we're very happy to be able to broadcast this game, and so for some of the people in the workplace able to watch these young ladies out in action. as right now the Lady Chaps getting a throw in after Reiniger was forced to just clear the ball, and smartly so. But now it's Lady Chaps with pressure here.
Now the Lady Hawks can flip this. They'll get the ball in spacing on the left side. If they get that cross-court pass or cross-field pass, they have an opportunity. But defensively, playing the ball was Olympia Walker. A lot of contact there. Now the ball back to the Chaparrals, and they'll bring it on the offensive end. Blink of an eye. Easy pass over to Hackney. Hackney with 15 yards to operate between her and the next defender. Now the ball's centered and crossing in front of the goal, but another save made by the Lady Hawks.
And boy, what an effort there from Reed Davis diving for the ball. But it was a heavy touch there from the Lady Chaps there. It was Ali Wang finding her teammate on the left-hand side. It was just on stride, unable to bring that one down. She needed to get it in stride to get a shot on target. But in the end, it's Davis reading it very well in the end.
Grenham with a pass. Sarah Perez had to track it down. Ball back to the Chaparrals. That will roll off the back line and out of bounds. Chaparrals will take over. Under 10 minutes left here in the first half.
I'll tell you what, Joe, on that last sequence for South, there's some concern there. They left Hackney wide open on the right-hand side, and that's what created the opportunity there. But I'll tell you what, both teams really stretching out here as we're under 10 minutes left here in the first half, and both teams really wanting to go to break that the equalizer here.
First goal here is just a huge advantage in this ball game between these two teams. One may do it, as a matter of fact, in a game like this. One goal may do it, Eric.
Yeah, as closely contested as this game is, one goal, as you say, can do it and make the difference in this game.
That's going to be a good chance coming up for the Lady Hawks. You see what happened there?
Yeah, that was a handball on one of the Lady Chaps there in the midfield, and sometimes you just lose where the ball's at, and it's just unfortunate for the Lady Chaps there, but it's going to be a good opportunity here for South, and as we've seen throughout this game, both teams doing very well with their set pieces, so it's going to be the South delivering here, and for the Lady Chaps, you're going to want to not give a second opportunity here. You want to clear it at the top on the top of the air.
Sophomore Reiniger puts that in play right in the middle of the field, rolls through the defense and off the back line. You at least want that touch by a defender if you can get that ball with some pace. She was trying for some touch to get that ball down near the 12-foot box, but nothing doing.
Yeah, that attack just fizzled out in the end. But for South, you know, as the time continues to roll here with 10 minutes, well, actually for both teams, those type of opportunities are golden opportunities here because it gives you opportunities to get the ball into the box.
The winner will play at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning for the regional championship and a trip to the Final Four. Lady Hawks and the Lady Chaparrals are working, trying to get a date with Lake Travis. They earlier defeated Juarez Lincoln 3-0 in that game. Throw in coming up for the Chaparrals. We've seen them turn the field in a hurry, even from this far back. Their passing is so crisp, and they're always looking to push on the, right now pushing from the sides and then coming in and flooding the middle. Lady Hawks, nice job of keeping possession. Trying to find Grenham. They do in the middle of the field. Grenham has a little space, gets a shot off, and it sails just high.
Yeah, and that time it's Stephanie Torres doing a good job of putting the ball into the feet of Granham, and Granham up top the box. She only had one defender in front of her, just not able to keep that ball low. It's always difficult when you're in stride there, but it was a good effort there and one of the best efforts of the day so far.
I'm watching the flags behind the goal area on the Westlake side, and they're furled out a little more than they were at the start of this game, and they're starting to move more into the face of the Lady Hawks. If that wind flips, and it can here on this pitch, it could be an advantage to one of these teams for the final 6 minutes here, especially in the second half if it continues to flip as it is right now. Ball back in the hands of the goalie, the Chaparrals. And a quick release on this kick, trying to clear up. The Lady Hawks were there for a moment. Chaparrals now take it. And again, a nice job of clearing that by the Lady Hawks. They're defending that midfield area nicely, and nothing easy going through there.
Yeah, that time it was a nice interception there by Joan Saldana for South. So now it's Torres with a nice interception here, the team captain. And that's a 50-50 ball, and Granham comes on top of that one.
Granham passes it off and taken away by the defense of the Chaparrals. Grenham's marked by 2 defenders nearly everywhere she goes. And if the ball's near her, you're looking for 2 to 3 defenders to collapse, and rightly so.
Yeah, she's been creating all kinds of problems for this back four, and, well, both of the Granham sisters really. But right now it's Mallory Granham on the field, and so she's going to go ahead and pressure the goalkeeper on this one.
Lady Hawks nearly take that one away. That was a more leisurely pass than what we've seen by the Chaparrals thus far in this ball game.
And I'll tell you what, Joe, with 5 minutes left in this game, as we're seeing some substitutions, both teams, don't want to give up a late goal here in the first half. After all the hard work they've put in, it would be very difficult to concede here and then want to come back in the second half. So you want to go into the locker room if you're one of the coaches with the 0-0, or you want to be leading here.
Fans, anyone that's out there watching on our social media on Facebook and YouTube, it's always fun to find out where the fans are watching the game from. And I know in some cases you can't because you're working and you don't want to be caught watching a high school soccer game while you're at work. But those that can, chime in where you're from. It's always neat to see just how far out we reach. In some cases, it's across not just the state of Texas, not just the United States, but across the world, as we have individuals that are in the service and individuals from abroad that are watching these games. At the soccer level, we've always got an interest coming from the Mexican side of things, as in Mexico we do have some followers of our soccer games. And want to break it out right now that we're going to go international with a broadcast in mid-June. The RGV Dorados indoor football team will be playing in Mexico City, and we'll be there for the live broadcast of that one as well. It'll be a first international broadcast of Rio Sports Live. Here we're in Brownsville today, and not near as much travel involved as what we're talking about with that one, but big action here nonetheless. Chaparrals get the ball in. Westlake trying to generate something here. Little spacing. They'll get the ball, but Grenham easily read that pass, takes it away. Ball back out near the midfield area, and the Chaparrals will regroup. Further back to the goalie, just trying to create some spacing. Now they'll get it to Biles. Biles past the defense with a pass on the right side. This time that's Ryan Ditto. Ditto has to try to bring it back into the center circle. Nothing there, taken away by the defense of the Lady Hawks. Get it to Garza. Garza with a pass on the left side. Trying to set up this from a centering pass. That's going to be Garza looking for Grenham. Nice defense there, but Grenham still gets a touch on the ball and now has one defender to beat. Takes it to the left-hand side. Mallory Grenham slid that forward. Chaparrals will keep the ball alive, and now a throw-in coming up for the Lady Hawks. 2:39 to go, Eric. This is a dangerous spot to be right now. You don't dare want to fall asleep in this last couple of minutes defensively.
Yeah, after the Lady Chaps are now in their own final third, you don't want to fall asleep defensively. But for the Harlingen Lady Hawks, they're doing a good job of getting in the final third and showing a sense of urgency here as 2 minutes and 23 seconds left here. And well, for the Lady Chaps, they do a good job of building from the back, as now they're going to have an opportunity to do.
Goal kick coming up for the Lady Chaps, or this is Gabby Marcus, a senior. Anything deep is covered nicely by the Lady Hawks. It's the short passing game that has had the best benefits thus far by the Chaparrals. That one's deflected off of a South player, and this is going to be a corner kick coming up for the Chaparrals.
Yeah, and with the corner kick coming in right before halftime, it's always dangerous, and it's got to be defended well here for the South Lady Hawks. And, well, for the Lady Chaps, it's a golden opportunity to get a goal here after all the hard work you put in the first half and try to take a lead here.
Watch Annika Friedel, the freshman, wearing number 21 for the Chaparrals. She's been coming in on these corner kicks and has been in the mix of the play. Right in the middle of the goal area. That one sails high and right.
Yeah, nice effort in the end from the Lady Chaps, and with the shot there was Maddie Dawson, but just not able to get her foot over the ball. It sails way over the bar, but doing a good job of setting her up there was the defender Alex Biles, who had the mind to go ahead and just lay that one off for her, and it was a good opportunity there, but just way off target, and in the end just fizzles out.
Under a minute left here in this first half of play. Reminding you at halftime we will take a break, but we'll keep the cameras rolling. And we'll also be back to discuss this and additional broadcasts that are coming up here on Real Sports. Ball kept alive for the Chaparrals. 30 seconds remaining in the half. One last offensive push here, perhaps. Ali Huang, nice pass forward. Opportunity here. Nice save by the goalie of the Hawks. That just saved a goal. Ball still alive with 19 seconds left in the half. And that was hold your breath time for the Harlingen South faithful. Ball in the front of the field. Now Grenham tries to race over there. Under 10 seconds remaining and some frantic action to close it out. Ball stays in bounds, and that will take us to the end of the first half. 0-0 here. Wow, what a finish over the first half, Eric.
Yeah, what a finish. And, it's been a hard-fought battle here at the Brownsville Sports Park between these two teams. Very even-keeled. And right there, it was a good effort there from Reed Davis coming up big. But, boy, I'll tell you what, Joe, it was an excellent pass there from Ali Wang for the Lady Chaps. And that created the great opportunity there for her forward to get a shot on target. But Reed Davis keeping this game at 0-0.
Halftime has arrived. They put 10 minutes on the clock. You'll, again, be able to see what's happening on the pitch. You won't miss any action. We'll keep it rolling throughout this game, and you will not miss any plays. We'll take a break. We got to thank our sponsors. These are the ones that have been assisting us and helping us get to where we're at right now and get us to where we're going when we put the other systems in play and truly do what we want to do. This is Real Sports Live.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Xavier. This is Sarge, and we're the owners of King Cuts Barbershop, and this is the King Cuts crew. Welcome to King Cuts! We specialize in all kinds of men's cuts and hair designs. Keep yourself groomed. We'll take care of the rest. King Cuts, where fresh cuts are served daily.
A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibadas, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibadas in Harlingen.
Back here at the Brownsville Sports Park, we're at halftime of this girls' regional semifinal game at the Class 6 level between the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and the Lady Chaparrals out of Austin Westlake. Bert Ruiz on the camera, taking a bit of a break, but that's okay. As you can see, there is literally nothing going on the field at all. I could have that camera on the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, inside the goal crease. It doesn't matter. 100 yards plus the 10 yards on each side of end zones. No one is on that pitch at all. And Eric Medrano, will one goal win this ball game now that we look at the way these teams have played?
Yeah, so far it seems like it will. The one goal could make the difference in this game. It's so evenly matched. Both teams really going at it here in the first half, and things really opened up late in the last 10 minutes of the first half. And it seems like that one goal could be the difference of the day, really. But I'm expecting a lot more action here in the second half. We saw so many opportunities here in the first half for both teams. Of course, Lady Chaps getting the best one in the end right there. But we've seen 2 goal line saves from 2 defenders. So something's got to give here in when the second half starts.
And let's talk about the way the scoring chances have opened up. On one side, it's the Lady Hawks using literally speed. On the other side, it's some just outright classy passing that's opening up these shots on goal.
Yeah, and we talk about the different styles and the way they approach the game and attack. For Harlingen South, it's all about counterattacking, getting numbers in the back and defending with numbers and not allowing too many opportunities for the Lady Chaps. And then it's all about the speed they got up front with the 3 forwards that they have. It's Elise Garza, the 2 Granum sisters. So they've created lots of problems there for the back line for the Lady Chaps, but they've withheld. They stayed stout there in the back line. And it all starts in the back line for the Lady Chaps, defensively and offensively. Once they get the ball, it's just them keeping possession and creating lots of opportunities with passing. As you mentioned, Joe, they pass and they create opportunities to the right-hand side, left-hand side. They get some crosses into the box, and that's been their really go-to here, as Ali Wang in the creative midfield position has really gotten the ball to the outside and allowed the wingers to get some crosses into the box.
The flags continue to me, Eric, they are blowing more so than what they were. And I want to talk about that to fans that haven't been here at this park. You've been covering some soccer games, Eric. At times, the wind can literally keep the ball on one side of the pitch or the other for an entire half.
Yeah, and as you see the goalkeepers, sometimes as I've covered games here throughout the season, the ball will literally just come back towards their direction. Fortunately, the wind isn't that strong today, but it looks like it is picking up just a bit, and we'll have to see how that plays out.
Right now it's coming cross field. If that flips, and it's ever so gently moving those flags further and further from the north towards the south, and if it ever flips and gives advantage, then we may see speed come into play, and more so than what we have in the first half. We'll take another break. Again, we want to thank everyone that's watching these games on our social media. On Facebook, please share the link. That's all we ask everyone that's watching. If you'll just share it, it's a click of a button to get that share going, and that gets more and more fans engaged. Follow our page, like our page, and then on YouTube, subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I played the spot earlier, the commercial spot on how to load the Roku channel. And we're always gaining subscribers on our Roku channel, absolutely free of charge. Just download our Roku channel on your smart TV and watch this on a big screen. I encourage you to watch it on the big screens. It's always neat to do so. We'll take a break. We'll be back. 4 minutes left before the second half begins. That's not much time. Back after this.
And you ride on my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You brought my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, quick balls of fire. I did love cause I thought it was funny. You came along and moved me, honey. I changed my mind, this love is fine. Goodness gracious, quick balls of fire. Kiss me, baby.
TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Services have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
To help fulfill your retirement needs, come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Don't pass up the savings at Mikasa Furniture. score big at Mi Casa Furniture.
7533 Boca Chica Boulevard, Brownsville.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
At Port Isabel Health Clinic, they care for you like family. Services include pediatrics, geriatric care, and family practice, school sports physicals, daycare physicals, orthopedic care, wellness exams for men and women. Dr. William Torkelson and his staff are here to serve you. Office hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. through 5 p.m. Your health is their priority at the Port Isabel Health Clinic. Back here at halftime as the two teams make their way back on the pitch. They're watching from Laredo. They're watching from Houston, Texas. They're watching from other spots as they're chiming in. We appreciate everyone that's watching this game. Harlingen Cardinal Soccer watching the game, supporting the Lady Hawks. And they're watching from other areas as well on our Facebook, on our YouTube, as we get set for the second half. And Eric Medrano, I expect to see the same as what we saw in the first half. I don't think anyone will make a major adjustment to the way this game's played out.
Yeah, a lot of times covering high school football and other sports throughout the Rio Grande Valley, it's always about adjustments at halftime. But in this game, it's different. Today, both teams showing lots of positive things going forward. They don't want to change it up. They want to continue to do the same thing. For the Lady Chaps, it's with the passing. For the South Hawks, it's the counterattacking. So we'll see how that plays out.
I always like to talk about when coaches can go into a halftime locker room and say, we can win this game. Well, both coaches certainly told their players here, you can win this game. We've done enough. We can score against this team, and we can defend it. Lady Hawks on the possession after taking it away, and now Grenham has it. Quickly defended there nicely by the Chaparral's defense, and Westlake will take it over as we start this second half. Scoreless ball game after 40 minutes. If we go another 40, we'll go into overtime. And we will eventually have a winner of this. I've been here at some long affairs to get through the overtime, to get into the penalty kicks, and eventually decide who wins. I was here for one of those games that went to a 15-13 in penalty kicks before it was decided after everything was said and done. So we could be here for a long while if these teams continue to hold each other without a goal. Ball across the center area. They can't get a centering pass, though, and the Chaparrals will now maintain possession on the offensive end, looking to set something up. This is Alex Biles. Knocked to the ground, and no call there on a 50-50 ball. Harlingen South had it for a moment, taken right back by Dylan Ditto. And now down in the mix is Ali Huang. Ball goes out of bounds. You saw the contact down there, Eric. Any thoughts there?
The contact, no. I feel like it was okay. It was clean. It's just a bit late there. But, what I've seen so far here in the first half is the Lady Chaps really going forward offensively, putting lots of numbers going forward. And, you can see the physicality going here in the second half and what it means to these girls. And there's about 38 minutes left in this game. So they're going to leave it all out there on the field.
Austin Westlake in the blue uniforms with the white trim. Going right to left. Nice ball handling right there on that. Another defensive stand made right there by the Lady Hawks. You talk about running into a wall. That's two players that have just went straight into a defender and went to the ground for the Chaparrals. Second half continues here for the Lady Chaparrals of Westlake. We've seen them mount offense here before in this ball game and keep the ball in pressure. There's a shot right on goal, and it's saved by the Hawks.
Yeah, and it's a good effort there from the central attacking midfielder. That's Sally Wang, the team captain, getting a shot on target, but it's dealt with very well there by the goalkeeper, Reed Davis. But I'll tell you what, Joe, Wang had an opportunity. She had a player up, two players in the box to help her out. Seems like she could have laid that off up top and maybe had a shot, a better opportunity there.
Your eyes just get so big, though, when you see that there's no one in front of me and I got a clear shot at the goal.
Yeah, it's difficult.
Difficult to lay off that and say, I'm going to give that shot up for maybe a better shot. Chaparrals with the ball. And out of bounds it goes. They'll say that's touched last by the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South. Chaparrals will put it in play on the near side of the field here as we're at the Brownsville Sports Park in beautiful Brownsville, Texas. For a Friday morning game, a semifinal game at the Class 6 level on the girls' side. Race for the ball there, and another tackle made by the Lady Hawks. And they are just beating the Lady Chaparrals to the position there, and they'll be rewarded and get the ball deep into the field.
Yeah, that was a 50-50 opportunity for both of those girls, but in the end, the referee deems that a foul against the Lady Chaps, and it was needed to be done there for the defense and getting a foot on that one, but now it's going to be the Lady Chaps here in possession.
Joanne Saldana back there defensively. Corina Renninger also playing some strong defense, and Bianca Martinez on that back row. Also in the mix, Jackie Guillen for the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South, and right now they're just doing a masterful job of just putting up a final wall in front of this Chaparral defense. Grenham tries to get to that ball. Getting there first was Elena Metale, and now the ball back on the Chaparrals into the field. They'll get it right back on the offensive end and come back on the attack. Trying to probe this defense of the Lady Hawks. Maddie Dawson this time tries to center that. Nice job playing defense by Jackie Guillen. Clears the ball back to the midfield area. Lady Hawks will now set it up on the far side of the field, but kept alive by the Chaparrals. Back over on the far side to Hackney. Hackney's pass is taken away. Lady Hawks have Grenham back here, and that's about it. And you can see there are two defenders back there marking her nearly everywhere she goes, with or without the ball.
Yeah, and earlier we saw a great sequence of possession there from the Lady Chaps, and right here it's going to go out of bounds in favor of the South Lady Hawks. But for the Lady Chaps, it seems like they're pushing numbers forward, and they want to really challenge this back line and get some more opportunities in the final third. So we'll see how that continues to go as this game progresses.
Lady Hawks will inbound the ball on a throw-in. Olivia Olivares, a junior winger, will put this ball into play. I see Andrew Cordero down there snapping some photos. He usually posts a few on our Facebook for fans to enjoy. Grenham trying to get to that ball first. A corner kick coming up for the Lady Hawks. Maybe their first of the game, Eric, if my memory serves right.
Yeah, you might be right, Joe. I think that is that first one of the day for the Lady Hawks, and it's earned there by Caroline Grenham, just putting relentless pressure on that back defender there. It seemed like that was Metalele just trying to get to the end of that one and not able to get it in the last-ditch effort.
Stephanie Torres will put this into play. She'll kick this ball directly into the wind, which is coming cross field. Torres keeps it low, and the defense is easy there to take that away. And now they'll try to set something on the offensive end, pushing the ball downfield. And that'll be a little too far on the pass. Harlingen South will regain possession.
Yeah, and it looked like the Lady Chaps trying to get the counterattack of their own there, and it was Ditto trying to find Ellie Wang, but it just rolls on this artificial turf, and it goes too far there. But I'll tell you what, it all started because Stephanie Torres slipped on that corner kick, and it was a short one, and anytime in soccer, you want to get it past the first goalpost, and right there was too close, and it was dealt with by the Lady Chaps.
Lady Hawks trying to get it ball in, and you can see the spacing just wasn't there. There were 4 players there within 10 yards of one another for the Lady Hawks, and that's much easier to defend when you get in those little tight circles there on these big fields. Chaparrals will have the ball.
And so far in this second half, it just seems like the Lady Chaps are putting in a lot of time in the final third. And for the defense for the Lady Hawks, they're on their own third. They need to push numbers forward and try to keep a spell of possession as they build a counterattack.
Ball forward. Lady Hawks defense is there, and they'll clear that out of bounds. Staying on the sideline, Corrine Renninger again back there on that last line of defense for Harlingen South.
Yeah, and Renninger does a good decision there to just clear the ball.
Looking for a center here. And again, it's cleared by the Lady Hawks defense. Can they get to the ball and get it to their speedsters? Looking for Grinham. They do. Grinham races to the right side. Had one defender to beat, and it's taken away nicely by a junior, Addie Hackney. Or check that. That's coming over is Alina Metale, who took that one away. Grinham now just eases the ball back towards the goalie area.
Yeah, and that was a good effort there from Metale there just to read as Granum just took a bit of a heavy touch, and she was able to intercept the ball there and get it back to her goalkeeper here. And now the Lady Chaps will be able to push forward and bring the game to the South Lady Hawks.
We went scoreless through the first half. We're nearing 9 minutes gone in this second half. Still scoreless between Austin Westlake and Harlingen South. And Lady Hawks defense was getting more and more physical. And I like what they're doing there, Eric. When you start to get to those 50-50 balls and you're out muscling the other team, you do push the envelope a little further just to see, okay, how far can I go with the officials allowing this to play? It's not dirty. It's just understanding where you can go.
Yeah, it's all part of the game. And, you want to show that you have your presence there, and you don't want to let them be comfortable going forward offensively.
Lady Chaparrals will try to center that ball. Nothing there as that defense is there for the Lady Hawks. Now, the second half, I see a lot more defense played by the Lady Hawks. More players are back versus what we saw in the first 20 minutes, especially when the Lady Hawks had more pressure coming forward. Chaparrals now have some numbers on the right-hand side, trying to get on the far line, and that goes out of bounds. Touched last by the Chaparrals.
Yeah, and there was Wang was kind of telling the side official she felt maybe she got the ball off of Guillen there, but no, the official was on there, and it's going to be a goal kick here for the Lady Chaps. And Joe, going back to what you said, yeah, it's been the South defense on their own third having to defend, as the Lady Chaps may have made some adjustments because they have numbers going forward, and it's creating lots of possession for them offensively.
You could see in the first half there were 4 or 5 players back on every possession across the midfield on the defensive side for the Chaparrals. And now, right now, the goalie is the only player across the midfield stripe on the defensive end of this field for the Chaparrals. Throw in coming up as well. Oh, no, this is a free kick for the Chaparrals. This is your best scoring chance in the second half for either team. After that infraction was called.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be Addie Hackney lining up behind the ball. So far in this game, she's done a good job of creating crosses, and now she'll get an opportunity here on the set piece with numbers in the box.
Hackney puts it into play, and again, the Lady Hawk defense is there to clear it. Trying to get it out of the lower third of the field. They'll get it back to the midfield area. But again, every player in blue and white is across that midfield stripe on the offensive end for the Chaparrals of Austin Westlake. Staying on the right side. They'll center this one, and it's cleared through the center area, but kept alive on the near side of the field. Now a shot deflected. Stays on the Chaparrals side on the offensive end. They'll center it back to the middle of the field, about 25 yards out of the goal crease. Spin it on the right-hand side, looking for a center. That's a shot that goes high and wide.
Yeah, and it's a good opportunity there for the Lady Chaps, but right there you're trying to get it to the far post, and it's always difficult. But once again, it sails wide over for the Lady Chaps there. But, boy, they're really showing their intent, Joe, and they're having good spell of possession there with a great sequence of passing. They started off on the left-hand side. They kept possession in the midfield and found it all the way to the right-hand side. And getting that shot off in the end was Hackney just not able to wrap her foot around it.
See if it changes now that Mallory Grinham checks back in the game. Caroline and Mallory back in. If you've got everyone pushed across the midfield area, all it takes is one touch pass, and the Grinham sisters are off and flying with very little defense back, with the exception of a goalie. Lady Hawks now with the ball across the midfield area. Pass it far side. That's Olivia Olivares. Olivares gets it down for Caroline Grinham, a little past her reach. That's going to be out of bounds off of the Chaparrals. And, man, just snap your fingers. Grinham enters the ball game, and look where the ball's at.
Yeah, they do a good job of changing play there to the right-hand side. The right back finds herself with lots of time, and then she tries to find one of the Granham sisters. But, yeah, it's like you said, because Mallory's on the left-hand side, and they're having to account for her defensively. And so now we'll see how that plays out.
Caroline throws it in for the Lady Hawks. Kept alive for a moment. Now the Chaparrals clear it. Nice job by the defense. Lady Hawks are right back on it, pressuring on the offensive end. Chaparrals get a clear out by Huang. Huang with a pass to the right-hand side. That's too far. It would have been offsides anyway. And now they bring the ball back outside.
Yeah, right there. It just seemed like Wang needed to release that earlier, but it was tough because she had a defender on her, not giving her enough space. But she had her on the run, and as you said, once she did, it was going to be offsides.
Chaparrals back out to the midfield area. 4 players back there defensively on a line for the Lady Hawks. That's cleared. Now they have a opportunity here to center this. Good centering pass and a sliding play made there by the defensive line for the Lady Hawks to prevent that scoring chance.
Yeah, and what an effort there from Reiniger. She comes in, last-ditch effort there. It needed to be made, and she intercepts the ball there, and now that gives the defense a chance to get back and defend here.
Harlingen South back on the defensive end as the Chaparrals out of Austin Westlake. Pressuring again. They've pressured for most of the second half. The ball has been played on the Harlingen South side defensively, and in most cases down in the lower third. Ball in the center. That's a headed ball towards the goal. Sails just wide left.
Yeah, and that's a team captain, Ryan Ditto. They're trying to get it on target there, but not challenging the goalkeeper, Reed Davis, for South in the end. But, boy, that was another great opportunity there. And delivering it once again was Ali Wang, the creative midfielder for the Lady Chaps. And, boy, does she have a motor. She's running back and forth in that midfield and coming back, tracking back defensively as well.
In a scoreless game, it appears as though when you're out there playing that the clock goes quick. When there's a goal in play, feel like you may have forever to try to defend that. Chaparrals, that was a near handball, but nothing doing. Now it's going to be out of bounds off the Lady Hawks, and a throw-in coming up for the Chaparrals.
And right there, you can see the pressure that these 2 forwards for the Lady Chaps are putting on this back line and trying to stretch them out to create some opportunities for these midfielders who are getting in an offensive position. As now we'll have a throw-in here for the Lady Chaps. And, you mentioned earlier, Joe, for the South Lady Hawks, it's Mallory Granham alone up top. And it's a big asking for her because she's got to hold the play. It all starts with her offensively because she's got to hold the play and get the ball to some of her teammates here.
Chaparral still trying to set something up on the offense. Cleared nicely by the Lady Hawks, but kept in. Every player wearing blue and white is on the left side of the midfield area. And they are on the offensive attack here in this second half. There's a shot towards the goal. Sails wide.
Yeah, and that was the junior, Katie Kearney, the midfielder, taking his shot from long range, saying, why not? Let's give it a shot, as this game is a gridlock here, locked in 0-0. So good opportunity there, but it's just a speculative effort in the end.
You still have to believe that one clearing pass with some pace can flip this, advantage Harlingen South with both Caroline and Mallory Grenham back there. And in this case, limited defense at best for the Chaparrals, and then the goalie at the far side. Each team exchanges possession of the ball out near the midfield area, and there comes a point in time where you start looking up and making sure as a coach that your players aren't playing not to make a mistake, Eric. You want them to stay aggressive and go after this win here, because you can fall into a trap of, I don't want to be the one that makes the mistake.
Yeah, it's definitely true, and that's exactly what I was thinking as you said that. Both teams don't want to make a mistake here because they've played so well so far. You don't want to make a mistake and give the game up in that fashion. But so far, both teams should look like they'll be all right so far.
At the same time, you want to stay aggressive, because if you back off the aggression, that 2 is a mistake.
Yeah, definitely.
50-50 ball right there awarded to the Lady Hawks. They'll put this into play. Grenham gets a foot on that. Caroline passes ahead. Opportunity here. Lady Hawks and in the goal! Mallory Grenham puts it in. 1-0 Lady Hawks.
And boy, oh boy, Joe, it's the Granum sisters there with the chemistry, and it's Mallory Granum getting the shot on target. Unable to make the save is the goalkeeper, Marca. She got a foot on it, but it was a nice shot in the end by Granum.
Harlingen South breaks the tie, 1-0. And I said it, Eric, earlier on. You could just see that developing out. If the Lady Hawks could push the ball into the middle of the field, there were numbers suddenly.
Yeah, I was just going to say that, Joe. You had called it earlier before. They were losing, giving up lots of possession, and then you said they just needed one pass, and that's what they got there. They found the feet of Caroline Granum, and she finds her sister with a nice through ball.
Still 22:50 left here in this ball game, so a lot of time. But now what happens is you're looking at the Chaparrals, and your game plan doesn't change now in the second half. You came out here in the second half saying you were going to be aggressive. Now you have to stay aggressive, and this, too, could lead to more opportunities for Harlingen South.
Yeah, definitely. They're going to have to open up here. Of course, there's still 22 minutes left. They still have time to get this equalizer, but as the game goes on, they will have to push numbers forward, maybe in the last 10 minutes. But right now, it's for the Lady Chaps is to continue doing the same thing, which has been be methodical with your passing and possession game and string some passes together. And they're just missing that one last pass to just get a shot on goal. And before the Lady Hawks, once again, now it plays into their strength of the counterattacking because they have the lead here.
1-0 ball game as the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South trying to earn a date for tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock against Lake Travis, who earlier defeated Juarez Lincoln. Again, like I said, there's so much time left in this game. I would not dare say that 1-0 can win it, but we did say 1-0 is certainly where you want to be when you're looking at these two teams, the way they match up. Kick forward, that's through the defense of the Lady Hawks and off the back line.
Yeah, and, you know, we talk about numbers going forward, and this time we see for the first time the goalkeeper, Marcus, kicking the ball really from the midfield line as they put all the numbers forward into the box. And as for the Lady Chaps and Austin Westlake, that's what you got to do here. Now you got to go find that equalizer.
Lady Hawks will get the ball back into play. That crowd, which I talked about, is making a lot of noise. There's a huge student section down there watching this game for the Harlingen South Lady Hawks. Mallory Grenham on the score of the goal. Monica Gallegos Schooner asking that question on our Facebook. Mallory Grenham with the goal as the only goal of this ball game right now. Came at the 22:50 mark of the second half. Will that be enough? It was a 3-0 win for Lake Travis in the first semifinal game here. Caroline Grenham just mishandles that ball a little bit, and out of bounds it goes. Chaparrals put it into play quickly, taken away by the Lady Hawks. This is Grenham. To the right side, Caroline Grenham tries to beat the defense. Push further downfield, tries to center that, does, but right to the goalie. Easily secured there.
Yeah, but good effort there from Granum in the end to just get a cross in, but it's directly to the goalkeeper. One of her teammates needed to make a run there, maybe be a little more aggressive, but good effort there from Granum nonetheless.
Chaparrals with the ball taken away by the Lady Hawks in the midfield area. Again, you got to credit the Lady Hawks defense at back four, playing such strong defense. And now they push Grenham back there as a defender. Misplays that. Sliding out there. Nice play made by the goalie for the Lady Hawks. Grenham back there now on that line is because of her strength.
Yeah, definitely because of her strength and the speed. In case of a mistake, she'll be able to track back and clean it up. Also right there, it's a good effort from the goalkeeper staying lively there. That was the goalkeeper for the South Lady Hawks. That was Reed Davis coming up to clean up the mess in the end.
And that's a subtle change. Grenham going from the lead attack position to back now in the final line of defense for the Lady Hawks.
Yeah, and we have seen that throughout the season for the Lady Hawks. When they take a lead, they'll put Granham back there just as a safety measure to try to seal the lead, keep that lead as the game continues on.
Lady Hawks will look to inbound the ball, or check that the Chaparrals have it from Austin Westlake. Taken away by the defense, and the Lady Hawks now push it on the offensive end. Caroline Grinham dribbling past one defender, ball deflected out wide. That'll stay in play as the Lake Travis Lady Chaps get to the ball. Nearing the 18-minute mark here of this second half. After a scoreless first half, Lady Hawks of Harlingen South score the only goal of this game so far. Contested play over there on the far side of the field. Lady Hawks show the strength to get to that ball first. And we go under 18 minutes left in this ball game. Chaparrals will put it into play. Looking to center that. That's through the defense. Cleared. Now a chance here in front of the goal. Grinham comes over there to get to it. Mallory Grinham for the Lady Hawks. Clears that ball nicely downfield.
Yeah, and it's a smart play there from Granham because she was going to try to dribble past them, but it's better just to clear the ball there. Don't take any chances. You're going to give up possession, but it allows your defense to come back and defend.
That was just a split second from being an open look at the goal for the Chaparrals. Anxious moments there for the Harlingen South faithful. Chaparrals going back on the attack again. That pass a little too far. Tracked down by Jackie Guillen of the Lady Hawks. Ball back at the midfield area. Pressured back in by the Lady Chaps of Austin Westlake. Cleared again by the Lady Hawks. Ahead to Grinham. Caroline Grinham couldn't clear the defense. There's three defenders back there now surrounding Caroline Grinham. This is a different attack. Chance here for the Chaparrals. Can they center this? They misplay the pass. It's behind the trailer.
Yeah, good effort there from Corinne Reiniger there. Trailing back, and right now they moved her to central defensive midfield. So she's playing in front of Caroline Granham and Jackie Guillen, and that's going to be the triangle. That's going to be the base to defend here for the South Lady Hawks, and it played out very well there.
A lot of contact there on that play. Ball in the center of the goal again. Shot right on goal and saved by the Lady Hawks.
And boy, what an effort there from the Lady Chaps. It falls to the feet of the left winger for the Lady Chaps. That's Ditto, and she finds a shot. Just not able to get the power she wanted on that one. But boy, what an effort from Reed Davis to get low and save that one.
Not the first time that Ditto has drifted into that area. She's not marked as she comes through there. There's most likely going to be a little change there. They're not going to allow someone just to stand there and wait for those balls to come to her.
Yeah, that's been 1 or 2, 3 times that she's found herself in a position like that. So that's something that head coach Pedrosa is going to want to address there for the Lady Hawks on their back four.
Lady Hawks with the 1-0 lead. As here we are in the second half of this regional semifinal at the Brownsville Sports Park. Caroline Grinham leaves a pass in the middle. Taken away nicely by the defense of the Chaparrals. Ball taken right back by the Lady Hawks with some spacing and some numbers behind the defense. They'll look to push that forward. It's too far. Gabby Marcus races out to secure the ball.
And it looked like that was Elise Bettis with the shot from distance, or it may have been a cross there. But I'll tell you what, Sandra Lopez for the South Lady Hawks in the midfield did a good job of intercepting the ball, then quickly getting it to the feet of her teammate.
15 minutes left here in this second half as the Westlake Chaparrals go on the attack again. Down the right-hand side. Grinham races over. There's the speed right there showing up on that backside defense. She clears the ball.
Yeah, that's a no-nonsense defending, just clearing the ball, not giving them any opportunities there. But once again, we see the Lady Chaps getting a player on the top of the box, and that's something that the South Lady Hawks are going to have to deal with.
Ball back in the hands of the Lady Hawks.
Yeah,
uncontested at the midfield area.
The goalkeeper was off her line, so this crowd yelling to Elise Garza to take a shot, but it's always a very difficult shot, I'll tell you, Joe.
That's from midfield area. Yeah. You better be strong.
Yeah. And then you're running full speed and stride, so it was a difficult ask, and it was a good idea for Elise Garza. Just keep possession, and now the South Lady Hawks will be able to get some numbers forward here and try to keep possession and continue to run this clock as we have 14 minutes left in the second half.
Lady Hawks will inbound the ball and push it a little further down. You could be tempted to bring Mallory Grenham back up forward on this. Getting that second goal would be ever so big. However, they keep her back on the defensive end for the ultimate protection of that one-goal lead.
Yeah.
Caroline Grenham throws it in right into the defense of the Chaparrals. They head it back outside to Grenham. She lets it roll out of bounds.
Well, you know, Joe, we talked about how that one goal could make the difference in this game. So it's part of the strategy that possible the coach for the Lady Hawks feels they can conserve this lead by putting Grenham back there.
Lady Hawks on the attack from the right-hand side. Deflected by the Chaparrals, kept in, though. And pressure right now by the Lady Hawks. And, you know, right now, again, there's still a lot of time. But each time you can push for a minute or two on this side of the field, that clock becomes your friend more so than not.
Yeah, definitely. And for the Lady Chaps, the clock will continue to run. We talked about it earlier. When you're down, the clock feels like it's running slower and slower. I mean, when you're winning, it's running slower and slower. And when you're losing, it feels like it's going too fast.
Lady Hawks still pressuring that ball. Staying with it on the offensive end. Up high near the goalie and secured again by Gabby Marcus. Rolls it out. Chaparral's trying to flip it and go on offense in a hurry.
That's great goalkeeping there from Marcus. Quickly getting the ball at the highest point and then setting up her defender in transition to get an attack going.
Lady Chaparrals bring it back across the midfield area. Just joining us, Mallory Grenham's goal here in the second half has been the difference maker as the Harlingen South Lady Hawks lead this one by the score of 1-0. Now a little break in the action as one of the players is shaken up just a bit. We'll take a break. We'll keep it on the cameras. You'll not miss a thing.
And you rattle my brain. Too much love drives a man insane. You brought my will, but what a thrill. Goodness gracious, quick balls of fire. I did love cause I thought it was funny. You came along and moved me, honey. I changed my mind, this love is fine. Goodness gracious, quick balls of fire. Kiss me, baby.
For the hottest deals, go to Mi Casa Furniture.
Save at Mi Casa Furniture. 7533 Boca Chica, Brownsville.
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Back here on Rio Sports, I'm Joe Bowling. Eric Medrano joins me at the Brownsville Sports Park. Free kick coming up for the Chaparrals. That's defended by the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South, who have a 1-0 lead as we are at 11:38 left here in this game. In regulation, at least, that is. And now a lot of contact there on that play. And that'll bring out a card, our first card of the game, Eric.
Yeah, the first card of the game. And, you know, for the defender, it was just getting there a bit late, so she's going to have to be substituted here. And the player down is going to be Granham. But yeah, it's just a bit of a knock there. You know, when you're trailing, trying to get back to defend sometimes, it's unfortunate, but it happens.
Caroline Grenham was knocked to the ground. We'll take a quick break. We'll keep the cameras rolling, but the clock has stopped. We're in the second half of this regional semifinal. And score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, check out this 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT. This car is loaded with a leather interior, satellite radio, Bluetooth, and it's yours today for zero money down and $175 a month. That's right, no money down. Drive away today, just $175 a month. Or feel the power of this 2016 Dodge Challenger. This includes the RT Scat Pack, includes navigation, satellite radio, a reverse camera, an Alpine stereo system. Practically new with just 31,000 miles, powered by a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi engine. This today on the lot at $33,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Cano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002. Harlingen, Texas. Fans mark the calendar for May the 5th for exciting football action from Mercedes as Real Sports Live presents NFL flag football action in Turf Wars 2019. See the future stars from the area in tournament competition live on Real Sports Live from the Mercedes Tiger Football Stadium May the 5th. Coaches, sign your team up today and be a part of the show for just $75 a team. Sponsored in part by Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Register your team today or call 956-536-7185. Turf Wars, NFL flag football from Mercedes. Back here, play resumes in the second half of this regional semifinal. Harlingen South Lady Hawks, Caroline Grinham was shaken up. She walked off under her own power. We expect her to be back in this ball game, I would say, in a very short span of time. Ball now belongs to the Chaparrals of Austin Westlake. And looking for some speed that time. The goalie comes out. They'll call that play dead before anyone touches the ball. Eric, what happened there?
Yeah, that's going to be the offsides call there as the Lady Chaps player there. Just a hint to offsides. They're just going a bit too eager to get there. She found herself in a lot of space, but Granham was chasing back there. So, nonetheless, it was going to be a good opportunity there for the Lady Chaps, but offsides is the call.
Needed the extra space, needed the extra step, and just gambled, tried to get there because Granham was on the dead run after the ball. Nearing 10 minutes remaining here in this regional semifinal in regulation. Harlingen South with the only goal of the game right now as Mallory Grinham found the net at the 22:50 mark here in this second half. So far, that's been it on the scoreboard. The early game had Lake Travis winning 3-0, so it's been shutout soccer played thus far here on the day. Lady Hawks just keep the ball in the middle of the field. We're under 10 minutes now left in this ball game. Chaparrals tried to push it forward on the offensive end, and right now they have more defenders back than what they had to start this half. After the Lady Hawks scored that goal. Chaparrals now go on the attack from the far side of the field. Hackney defended well. Will have to throw it in. Lofts it up, easily defended back there. You talked about Jackie Guillen, but the ball's still alive. Diving play, and now a shot on goal for Westlake. We're all tied up at one apiece.
Boy, Joe, and the Lady Chaps capitalized on that mistake there. Unable to clear the ball as one of the defenders for the Lady Hawks, and Reed Davis gets a hand on it, but it spills into the top of the box, and it's open net there, and a good effort there from the Lady Chaps to just put it on target, and that's the goal here, the equalizer here with the last 10 minutes, and as we said earlier, you don't want to let up. You don't want to have a mental mistake, and it seemed like maybe that's what happened here for the Lady Hawks.
9:08 remaining in the game and regulation, and now nothing decided. All even at one apiece. And now if you're Harlingen South, well, watch what happens with Mallory Grinham. They had moved her back into a defensive position after taking a 1-0 lead. Caroline Grinham checks back in the game. Tries to get to this ball first. Olympia Walker beats her to the spot, gets it out of bounds. Do you keep Grinham back defensively, Eric, or do you now push her forward on the attack?
Well, it seems like the coach is going to go ahead and decide to keep them back defensively for these last 8 minutes because it's a tie right now. So you don't want to give up that last goal. At least that's how maybe he feels right now. But if it was me, I would put her up front. I would like to see that speed and the chemistry that the two sisters have going forward, for the last 8 minutes. But a lot on the line here, Joe. We still got, 8 minutes left and a possibility of overtime. So you want to go conservative here or you want to go aggressive. So it looks like we might be going conservative.
Grinham throws it in. Lady Hawks trying to get a shot on goal, but nothing doing. Cleared out by the Westlake defense, and now the Chaparrals will try to space the field, bring it up across to the offensive end. Good pass Tracked down by Annika Friedel. She's marked, though, by the defense of Mallory Grenham. Ball back to the center of the field area. Still on the defensive end for the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South. Centering pass there, headed out by Grenham. Stays in play, though. Ball now on the far side of the field. Racing over there, getting there first is the Chaparrals. That's Maddie Dawson. Dawson looks to center. Gets a good pass out. A better pass. Right on goal and a save.
What a save there from Reed Davis, right in the right place at the right time, diving to the right-hand side, catching it with their chest there. And, right there, once again, it's South just letting up there and giving opportunities with these second chances with the ball rolling in the favor of the Lady Chaps. But, boy, give credit to the Lady Chaps and the effort that they've given since going 1-0 down.
It's a natural letdown on the Harlingen South side that you gave up a goal. But you can't let down enough to allow this goal. Chaparrals still trying to press the issue on the offensive end. Good pass to Ryan Ditto. Better pass forward, but easily secured there as it rolls forward to the goalie for the Lady Hawks. Under 7 minutes to go here in regulation. Caroline Grenham races between two defenders, gets a shot away, got knocked to the ground. The official will make a call. What's the call here, Eric?
It looks like it's outside of the box, so it might be a free kick here, but looks like he's actually going to call a goal kick here for the Lady Chaps. And it seemed like Granham just tried to get a shot on there, but the official deeming it there's no contact there, so it's going to be the Lady Chaps ball here. And right now we're also seeing the South Lady Hawks, and Granham's actually going to go forward now, Joe. So she's going to be joining her sister here with these last 5 or 6 minutes in the game as they're going to go back with the back four here. It's another opportunity here for the Lady Chaps.
That's out across the goal area, kept alive for a moment. Ball stays alive for the Chaparrals. They'll try to center this, and they do with a great pass right on goal, secured again by the Lady Hawks.
Oh boy, Joe, I'll tell you what, Reed Davis is having an excellent outing here today at the Brownsville Sports Park right there, catching it at the highest point, and just before that, clearing the ball from the danger with that opportunity that the Lady Chaps had.
Chaps get back defensively. Grenham is back there on the offensive end for the Lady Hawks. Nearing the 5-minute mark here of the second half. All the scoring has happened here in the second half of this one. 5 minutes remaining. And they won one game. Ball goes out of bounds. Eric Madrano, I'm Joe Bowling with you as we are bringing you the coverage of this. Our score camera is dancing down the line where our battery may go. You may lose the score for just a moment, but I'll have that back up and running in a fly. If not, we'll change it up should we get into overtime. And right now, it's appearing, though, overtime could be a realistic thing here. But 4 minutes left. Two teams capable of scoring on any given possession. Lady Hawks get it to the middle of the field. Get it back on the offensive end. Lady Chaps back there. We'll go under 4 minutes left as they'll clear it back to the middle of the field. Chaps now push it downfield to Huang. Huang races over, guarded by Guillen. Guillen touches that ball, and out of bounds it goes. They'll say that Huang touched it last.
Yeah, it's going to be a goal kick here for the South Lady Hawks, and clock continues to roll here, and you can feel the urgency from both of these teams in this last 10 minutes, and of course, still tied here. But I'll tell you what, Joe, you talked about the possibility of overtime. Well, it's been an evenly matched matchup today, so an overtime would be awesome, to see because both teams have really showed the effort in today's game, deservingly so.
Grenham with some great dribbling, gets past one defender, muscles through a second defender. Then the third defensive wave gets there. You can see more and more defenders are back now for the Lady Chaparrals. They did this a lot in the first half, and then they could snap their fingers with two passes and being in a position to score, which is the dangerous part of the way this team plays it when you're trying to defend. Under 3 minutes to go here in the second half. Lady Hawks will clear that in the stands. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South had a 1-0 lead. The equalizer scored at the 9:08 mark here of the second half. Everyone, our score can't. Now I can change that battery. Clock continues to run here.
Yeah, with 2 minutes left in this game, that's going to be off the Lady Chaps player. So it'll be a goal kick here for South as they look to get one more opportunity as this clock continues to roll in the second half. Earlier, there was a foul called against the Lady Hawks there on the other end, and it was a good opportunity for the Lady Chaps from their own back line to get across in the final third, but it goes out of bounds in the end.
Get that score clock fixed here. Just going to have to hold on to the camera, I believe. Minute 27 left here.
And here we see both teams just trying to get one last opportunity to break the tie here, and it's Reininger getting it to the right-hand side. And that's going to be Granum in the right there in possession. She's able to get the ball once again.
Minute 5 left here in the ball game. Lady Hawks led 1-0. Lady Chaparrals evened it up. And all I did was change a battery, Eric, and you'd think I sent the camera flying across the room.
And a good job there by Reininger just to track back and get the ball out of bounds. But it's going to be one last opportunity here for the Lady Chaps as we have 30 seconds left here.
Ball back in the hands of Grenham. 20 seconds remaining here in the second half in regulation. Chaps have it. They're heading to overtime right now, and that's what it appears what's going to happen. 8 seconds to go in the second half of play. And that takes us to the end of regulation, all tied up at 1 apiece. Eric Medrano and I will rejoin this after this. When in Port Mansfield, be sure to stop in Laguna Madre Baits, the home of Laguna Girl 1 and 2. They ensure that you have the best when it comes to your fishing needs. Locally caught bait, including live shrimp and croaker. Frozen baits, caught locally, frozen shrimp, squid, mullet, and more. Dress the part with full outdoor apparel. Drinks, ice, snacks, groceries, and fishing supplies for any need. Access by road or by boat. Look for the blue building and the blue shrimp boats. Laguna Madre Baits, 828 Westport Drive, Port Mansfield, Texas. Fishing fans, here's your chance to catch some fish and help out athletes at the same time. Mark the calendar now and plan on attending October 20th as the 3-up, 3-down San Perlita Booster Club Fishing Tournament looks to be the biggest and best yet. Located at Laguna Madre Baits in Port Mansfield, Texas, this tournament is set to provide 100% of the proceeds directly to the athletic programs. Artificial lures only with a blackjack format, no fish over 21 inches, $150 per team or boat, maximum 4 people, and the grand champion is a team closest to 63 inches with 1 red trout and 1 flounder. Food raffles, baked goods, a silent auction, and terrific prizes from some great sponsors. Registration is October 19th. The tournament is October 20th. See you there at the 3-up, 3-down fishing tournament in Port Mansfield, where catching fish is helping athletes in a big, big way. TVNS specializes in provider services, respite care, and emergency response services. TVNS are pioneers in the home care industry, in service for over 37 years. 11 locations from Brownsville to Corpus Christi, from Harlingen to Laredo.
Today's game is sponsored by TVNS, the pioneers in serving our community with the highest quality in provider services.
Our professional advisors at Employee Retirement Service have been providing financial and retirement planning for many years for employees of different employment.
If you've spent your career in education and are ready for the next chapter, let the professionals at Employment Retirement Services help. You've worked hard, and now it's time to relax and enjoy with peace of mind and security.
Help fulfill your retirement needs. Come experience the difference with us.
And let's plan your retirement together. Call us at 956-440-8774 to schedule your appointment today.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
Fans, if you want to look your best at the next game, then let Chewy's Custom Sports go to work for you. From custom designs and graphics to mass production in-house. If it's hats, shirts, buttons, mugs, cups, banners, and more, then Chewy's is there for every team and every sport. A veteran-owned company in touch with the community. It's Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito.
Back here as we are in overtime now at this regional semifinal of the Class 6 level. Got some of that scoreboard situation fixed. I still haven't got it completely fixed, but Eric, it'll work for right now. South Hawks will be defending the goal to the right side. And a corner kick coming up for the Chaparrals. 10 minutes goes by so fast here in these halves in overtime. Right in the center. Nice centering pass. Ball still in the face of the goal of the Lady Hawks. Chaparrals continue to press with the ball. Headed over the goal. Out of bounds it goes.
And boy, Joe, did we see some opportunities there for the Lady Chaps as it fell to the feet off the goal kick from it fell to the feet of Hackney off the goal kick from Ditto, and Hackney just unable to control it, but it falls to her teammate. That's Dawson, and Dawson just not able to wrap her foot around it and get it on target, and she mishits that one. So it was cleared, but then they were able to whip another cross in and get another opportunity, but it's off the head of a Lady Chap player, and now the South Hawks, Lady Hawks will have an opportunity here.
Had a fan ask about if we're going to broadcast the Brownsville Veterans game. This will be the only soccer game we get today. We are funded for 3. I'm going to do this one, and we'll get 2 championship games in tomorrow. And so we're waiting to see how it plays out. Grenham marked nicely on the defense by the Chaparrals. That's probably the strongest defense we've seen played by any Chaparral player, and isolated one-on-one with Grenham.
Yeah, it was Olympia Walker coming up big, the captain, the defender there, and getting the ball away from Granham, and now the Lady Chaps are enjoying some possession.
Ball loose. Now Grenham gets to it. Can she? Can't outmuscle the defense there. South Hawks trying to set up something on the offensive end. Now they'll have to clear it defensively, and they do so nicely. Middle, Grenham showed no indication she was going to try to outrace Ellie Dawson back for that ball, and you could see those tired legs.
Yeah, and you could hear this crowd cheering her on, but it was quite a way to go, and we're in overtime, so yeah, you might feel that on the legs as this game continues to go.
Chaparral's back on the attack from the right side, Ali Huang.
Boy, what a nice tackle there from Guillen. They're getting a foot on that one to displace Wang, but now it's going to be a Lady Chaps throw-in and an opportunity here on the final third for the Westlake Lady Chaps.
And we've seen this Lady Chap team get opportunities in a hurry set up. That's a errant pass. Wide shot goes to the right side.
Yeah, it was a good clearance there from the Lady Hawks, but that's not one thing you want to do is clearing it into the middle. Basically, as you say in football, the teeth of the defense right there. It was a great opportunity there offensively for the Lady Chaps.
That was an open look at the goal, really. First overtime period here. We will play 2 10-minute halves in overtime. That's how the UIL soccer setup is on the girls' side. Regardless if there's a goal here, it's not sudden death.
Yeah, no, not sudden death. It's going to be the 2 10 minutes. They'll be able to play it out. And if not, we'll have the possibility of penalties.
And then hold on to your hat there. We've seen some great goalkeeping from both of these keepers here today.
Yeah, and it all starts in the back with the 2 goalkeepers in Reed Davis and Gabby Marcus. And the back 4 for both teams playing exceptionally well today. Of course, each team giving up 1 goal, but it's not been the story so far. They've been very stout defensively for both teams.
Opportunity here for the Lady Hawks. That shot is on goal, but it's saved.
And good effort there from Elise Garza, but just not getting enough power on that one. Once again, she goes to the near post and not challenging the goalkeeper Marcus on that one.
Lady Hawks still playing defense. Lady Chaps now have it on the offensive end. This is Huang. Huang right down the middle, unmarked yet. Gets a pass away, shot on goal, just goes wide.
What a save by Reed Davis there. It seems like maybe she got a paw on that one, but no, she did not. But boy, what an effort there from the Lady Chaps. And it was the central attacking midfielder there, Wang, with lots of space, and she finds her teammate just getting a shot on goal. And boy, that could have broken up the deadlock, Joe.
In overtime, circle that one as one of the bigger plays that just missed for either team as the Lady Chaps tried to gain the lead for the first time. Lady Chaps still on offense as the Lady Hawks can't clear it. Huang now has the ball. Looks to center it again. Does so. That shot goes wide. Picked off there by the goalkeeper, Reed Davis. And she'll finally clear the ball to the midfield area. Looking for Mallory Grenham. Lots of defense back there amongst her. Lady Hawks, though, still managed to at least get it over the midfield area. Back it comes on the offensive end for the Chaps. Each team exchanges possession now. We're in overtime in this regional semifinal. Grenham gets past the defense of Metale. Passes it far right-hand side. Garza gets to it. She looks to center. Gets it out near there. Caroline Grenham gets knocked to the ground. A lot of contact there, but no call. Lady Hawks now get the ball punched forward right on goal, and that's an actual save made at the goal.
Yeah, and right on the right place at the right time is Gabby Marcus. They're not being fooled or surprised there, but nice idea there from Stephanie Torres for the South of the Hawks.
Trying to use a little touch that time to get that over the goalkeeper. Lady Hawks back defensively once again.
You know, Joe, as we're seeing the Lady Chaps in possession here, you mentioned in the last 2 sequences, Wang, as we're going to see her in possession here. She's the creative midfielder, and she's going to go ahead and lose possession there. But she's the creative midfielder there, so she's going to be like the quarterback. She's going to try to create these opportunities there. And earlier we saw her with too much space. And if you're the coach for the Lady Hawks, you want to make sure she does not have that space to create those passes for her teammates.
Lady Hawks of Harlingen South had a 1-0 lead. Grenham, who scored that goal, had the ball for a moment. Taken away. Elise Garza had that ball taken away just then. Well, I got fans calling on our 800 number. I know they're calling to ask about the Brownsville Veterans game. No, that will not be broadcast here today. Should they win, we have a chance to getting up there to broadcast that game at Cabinets Field tomorrow. Stoppage in play, at least on the action side. Now they'll throw it in for the Lady Hawks. That one out of bounds off of Harlingen South. Westlake on a throw-in. Now find it to Huang. Huang goes on the attack. Has a trailer on her right-hand side. Has some spacing. Huang dribbling it past the defense. Nice tackle made as the ball goes out of bounds.
Yeah, and I was telling you, Joe, well, if you're the Lady Chaps, that's exactly what you want to do. You want to find Wang in some space there so she can get the ball out to her teammates, but that time she calls her own number. But on the same token, if you're the Lady Hawks, you do not want to give her that space right there. She had lots of space there and lots of time, but in the end, she ran out of real estate there to get her shot off.
Nearing the 1 minute mark left here in this first overtime. Lady Hawks put it in play. Lady Chaps now go on the attack. Headed back out by the defense of Harlingen South. They are bunched up there in the middle of the field. Deep on the lower third for Harlingen South. Ball to the middle of the field. Lady Chaps there to retain possession. Under a minute to go here in the first overtime. Lady Hawks can't clear it out. Now they will. From that far side of the field with spacing to the right side. They'll try to center it right on goal, past the goalkeeper. No one there to cover on the rebound. Still 20 seconds left here in overtime. Harlingen South trying to set up something offensively. Nice dribbling. Now a centering pass, but it rolls to the goalie. Good chance there for Sarah Grace Garza.
Yeah, only a freshman, and she does a good job of dribbling past a couple of defenders there.
Lady Champs defended out, and the first overtime half is in the books. Still tied at 1 apiece. Fans mark the calendar for May the 5th for exciting football action from Mercedes as Rio Sports Live presents NFL flag football action in Turf Wars 2019. See the future stars from the area in tournament competition live on Rio Sports Live from the Mercedes Tiger Football Stadium, May the 5th. Coaches, sign your team up today and be a part of the show for just $75 a team. Sponsored in part by Chewy's Custom Sports in San Benito. Register your team today or call 956-536-7185. Turf Wars, NFL flag football from Mercedes. Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, check out this 2014 Hyundai Elantra GT. This car is loaded with a leather interior, satellite radio, Bluetooth, and it's yours today for zero money down and $175 a month. That's right, no money down. Drive away today, just $175 a month. Or feel the power of this 2016 Dodge Challenger. This includes the RT Scat Pack. Includes navigation, satellite radio, a reverse camera, an Alpine stereo system. Practically new with just 31,000 miles, powered by a 6.4-liter 392 Hemi engine. This today on the lot at $33,999. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas. Go ahead and bring it back here as we head into the second half of overtime, still tied at 1 apiece. And Austin Westlake, do you change your strategy here now, Eric, with 10 minutes left to defend or to attack in your season in some cases?
Yeah, it's tough because a lot is on the line. It's a regional semifinal at a shot for the regional title tomorrow. So, you want to stay conservative. You want to continue to do what you've been doing throughout this game. You don't want to give up, especially for the Lady Chaps, you don't want to give up that speed in the back line and give up a late opportunity there. And, well, for the South Lady Hawks, it's want to continue doing so much of the same defensively, staying compact and really just keeping their shape and defending well against the Lady Chaps, who are able to get some passes going. So we'll see if they're able to achieve that here in the second half of overtime.
Pushes the game further along. Any tired legs are not going to get much rest. There's not much time to wait as you get set between this first and second overtime period. Harlingen South, though, with an errant pass, have an opportunity down that right side. Good defense, though, played by Ellie Dawson getting back for Austin Westlake. Lady Hawks of Harlingen South had the 1-0 lead and got 9 minutes and 8 seconds away from putting it away. and punching their ticket to the regional finals. Austin Westlake found that equalizer. Now Westlake with some spacing. Work the ball to the lower third against the Harlingen South Lady Hawks, and they'll easily secure that on the goal.
Yeah, and right there you could see with Ditto, it was a nice idea there. Great pass, but it just wasn't executed the way she probably would have wanted.
Lady Hawk player is down, and you're starting to see some cramping, I believe, in some of these players, and that's expected, Eric, when you've played this long out here at this intense level.
Yeah, and of course at the noon kickoff, although it was a little fresher than usual around this time of day, but still, you're running out there. These young ladies are putting it all on the line out there running, and so tired legs taking a toll.
Well, they intend to one of the players. We'll take a quick break.
If you just graduated high school, are looking to change careers, or to upgrade your job skills, Texas Southmost College is the place to start. With over 50 certificates and associate degrees to choose from, TSC has the career for you. At TSC, you get a quality education that's close to home. Earn a certificate or an associate degree and get the education you need for today and tomorrow's job market.
Wouldn't you like to be in demand?
Register now at Texas Southmost College in Brownsville.
Back here as we are set to resume play in this second overtime. Harlingen South and Austin Westlake in this girls regional semifinal from the Brownsville Sports Park on a Friday afternoon. The winner will take on Lake Travis tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. right back here on this pitch. Clock has started. The goalkeeper puts the ball in play for the Lady Hawks of Harlingen South. Caroline Grinham has a little spacing. Sends it over on the far side of the field. Looks to get it back. Pass a little too far out of her reach. She will race to the back line. Ball touched by the Lady Hawks last, and so the Chaps will have it. 7:25 and counting here in this now the ball game. As we'll go from here to penalty kicks, Eric Medrano.
Yeah, and you'll see the sense of urgency from both of these teams, especially with the 7 minutes left in this game. Something's got to give. But right there on that last play, got to give credit to Walker, the defender for the Lady Chaps, just letting the ball roll, a smart play, and not giving an opportunity for South.
Lady Hawks looking to get something centered here on this play. Will center it just past Grenham. I don't think she expected that ball to get there as the ball went sailing past her. Lady Hawks again look to center. This time, work it from the right wing. Shot on goal, secured.
Great goalkeeping play there from Gabby Marcus, reading it well. You could see her eyes just following the ball there as Torres found herself with lots of space there, and it just seemed like she needed to whip the cross in a bit farther to Granham on the far post, but she was unable to do so there. But boy, what a nice sequence there from the South Lady Hawks.
Westlake pushed the ball down on the offensive end, and coming out to make a play, Reed Davis, who's been busy for the Harlingen South Lady Hawks.
Yeah, and right there it was Ali Wang. Really
Here's Grenham. One chance here. Got past the defender. Got past the second. Grenham. Now a whistle blows just as Grenham had cleared the defense.
Yeah, and the crowd not liking the call because she could have had the advantage there. But for the match official, to be fair, she was surrounded by some Lady Chaps, so he wasn't expecting that. But he did call the foul, so now the Lady Hawks will have an opportunity here to whip a cross in.
And in this case, defensively, if you know I'm the last person who's going to get beat, it may not be such a bad play to reach out and commit that infraction.
Yeah, definitely.
Ball in play by the Lady Hawks into traffic now. No spacing for Grenham. Caroline Grenham comes out with it. Lady Hawks, though, can't set up a shot opportunity out of that. Ball goes out on the far side of the field, and so the Lady Hawks will have to throw it in. Boy, that was just a missed chance right there. Grenham had the goalie to beat after that.
Yeah, definitely.
Throw in now by Caroline Grenham. Played defensively by Austin Westlake. A little too far on the pass. Grinham now has it again. Caroline Grinham looking for some spacing, looking to center. Now the ball out of the goal, and a goal for the Lady Hawks. 4:53 to go. That may send them to the finals.
And it's Elise Garza getting to her foot on that one and burying it in the back of the net. And, it was just a speculative cross there from the left-hand side, and Garza did a good job of not giving up on the play. The goalkeeper just a bit surprised on that one, getting a paw on that one, but it just rolls in favor of the Lady Hawks, and it was a tap-in in the end for the Lady Hawks.
They go absolutely nuts in the stands on the Harlingen South side of things, as Elise Garza with the goal.
And Joe, you know who whipped that cross in? It was Mallory Granum who whipped that cross in, and it wasn't dealt with by the defense, and that was the problem there. But credit to Elise Garza staying alive there and keeping her head in the game and just tapping that one in the end.
Under 5 minutes remain. Lady Hawks now with another lead. Second time in this game they've led. This time it's in overtime. Clock running, 4:40 remaining as the Chaparrals will go on intense offensive pressure now. Work the ball middle of the field. Mallory Grinham gets it, clears it out to Caroline Grinham. Caroline, her job right now to get that ball downfield, take some time off the clock. Lady Hawks do that nicely. Now they spread the field on the far side, looking to center this. Ball deep, though, on the lower third. Caroline Grinham racing back, bangs into a player. Chaps keep control. Westlake back on the offensive end, now on the attack. Good pass, middle of the field. Lady Hawks are right there defensively to cover that, and it goes out of bounds on the near side of the field.
Yeah, and right there you saw Wang and the ability that she has to pick a pass there, and it was just led a bit too far for the two forwards there.
Ball goes back out of bounds again. Under 4 minutes to go. If you're defending a one-goal lead, that clock will not run. If you're trying to get that equalizer now, it's going by at a blistering pace. Lady Hawks will inbound the ball on a throw-in, and now cleared out to the middle of the field. Grinham races over there. Caroline Grinham heads it back across. Picked off there by a Lady Chap, and here comes Austin Westlake looking to attack. Grinham gets it again, though. Good pass right side to Garza. Is her goal the one that sends her team into the regional finals? 3:15 to decide that as the ball gets back to the goalkeeper for the Chaparrals. Ball forward to the midfield area. Lady Hawks playing defense at the 3-minute mark. Ball alive, contested by both teams. Exchange is made. Down the sideline, kept in play, and it rolls out of bounds. That's touched last by the Chaparrals. It'll be Harlingen South ball. Lady Hawks to throw it in. Championship game is set for 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. That's an errant pass, out of bounds. A chance here for the Chaparrals with a deep throw. They can be on the offense in a hurry. Headed back out of bounds by the Lady Hawks. The defense doing what they need to do right now, Eric Medrano.
Yeah, that's doing exactly what they need to do. Really just be man marking, really, and making sure that the Lady Chaps don't feel comfortable in possession, and also keeping their shape, staying disciplined on their back line, and not getting too far stretched out.
Lady Chaparrals will throw it in. They had to track down the ball. We near the 2-minute mark here in this second overtime. Lady Hawks bunching defenders around the ball, keeping a wave of defenders back near the goal crease, and just playing stifling defense right now on Austin Westlake. Caroline Grinham now right in the mix of the defense. Ball cleared back near the goal area for Austin Westlake. Minute 40 to go here in this ball game in the second overtime. Good pass forward. Headed back out by Guillen. Lady Hawks, again, doing what they have to do defensively now to protect this one-goal lead. Grinham has it. Takes some contact. Ball still open in the midfield area. Played by the Lady Hawks to the left side. That goes out of bounds on the far side of the field. Nearing the minute mark. Ball back in play by the Chaparrals. Cleared again by the defense of the Lady Hawks, which now the defense has moved further away from the goal area. They're just marking that ball right now, Eric.
Yeah, they're going to swarm the ball and make sure that none of the Lady Chaps have enough time in possession to create anything. As right there, you're going to go to see a clearance once again, and it's going to be off one of the Lady Chap players.
Less than a minute left here in this second overtime. Lady Hawks will throw it in. Nothing back there but defense for the Lady Chaps, and not much there. Will they pull their goalkeeper? It appears they will not. 37 seconds left here. Ball kept alive by the Lady Chaps, now cleared out back to the midfield area. This is right where the Lady Hawks would like to keep the ball. Their defense just sticking on the ball. Right now, a clearing pass to the right side. Chance here for the Chaps from that right wing. Cleared by Brenham. She'll steal it, keep it alive for the Lady Hawks. 17 seconds remain. Brenham down the right side. Ball back outside now and out of bounds. 10 seconds to go, and that defensive play right there is probably going to win the deal.
Yeah, solid effort there from Granham.
3, 2, 1, regional finals. Here they come. The Lady Hawks, the Harlingen South, knock off Austin Westlake 2-1 in overtime. What a game, Eric Medrano.
Yeah, what a game, Joe. And it was very evenly matched. Both teams really going out after it today. And it was a nice response from the Lady Chaps. But in overtime, the South Lady Hawks showed the character they had to really get that second goal of the game. And it was a nice effort in the end from Granham to get a cross in. And it was Elise Garza with the difference in the end.
2-1, your final score. What a ball game here in this one as they head to the sidelines. That means we'll be back here tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock for a girls' championship game at the Brownsville Sports Park. That'll do it for our broadcast. We want to thank you again for joining us. We have to get cleaned up here and get down for the softball game tonight. We're going to try to get the internet set up at Port Isabel. That has been a chore thus far. But the final score here, 2-1 in overtime. They are celebrating in Harlingen. Our thanks to all the viewers who tuned in for this one. Reminding you tomorrow morning about 9:45, we'll go on with the pregame show. We'll be right back here for the girls' semifinals. We'll also eyeballing some additional coverage. We have the ability to cover 2 more games at the soccer level, and we're putting our eggs in the basket that tomorrow we'll have a second championship game, whether it's here, whether it's at Cabinets Field, whether it's in McAllen. We'll try to cover a second game as well. Eric, final thoughts?
Well, it was a hard-fought battle today and this afternoon for the Brownsville Sports Park. And, credit to the Lady Chaps really getting that equalizer and fighting back. But it was the Harlingen South and the resilience that they showed with the great defensive effort and getting forward with the counterattack. It was the difference of the game today.
From the Brownsville Sports Park, we thank the Brownsville School District. We thank Austin Westlake for allowing us to broadcast the game, and we thank the Sports Park for providing us a spot to do it. I'm Joe Bowling for Eric Medrano, for Bert Ruiz on the camera down there among the crazy fans who are going nuts for Harlingen South. Till next time, so long.